Good morning, everyone, and welcome back to Le Mans, the 7th version of the International Trophy here. Rotax Max Challenge and Henry Baudet. Eric, welcome. Nice for joining us. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Jen. Yes, today's the day. 6 more drivers booked their place in Bahrain, the biggest party in world karting. Yesterday, it was a great, exciting day of racing, but today is slightly different. You can see there's sunscreen has been replaced by weather jackets. It's not raining yet, but yet is the key word.
We said that yesterday and it rained just a little. We were so lucky to miss out. Eric, have you enjoyed the racing so far? I know today's a little bit different. It's finals day, but until now.
Yeah, as Henry just told it was a perfect day yesterday, and the perfect weather, almost the perfect weather, because we have some lightly showers yesterday morning. In fact, we keep the finger crossed for today, but yes, I guess today we will have a good super heat and good finals for sure.
Super heat's on the grid already, ready to go. We're excited.
Yep, as always. I mean, so for your micros, your minis and your masters, everyone will do the super heat and everyone will qualify for the main event. But in junior, senior, DD2, 72 drivers have made it to the super heats. After those races, only 36 will go through to the main event. And we're about to go racing. Can't wait. Okay,
I've got to let these guys go into the commentary. But thank you, everyone, for joining us. Make sure you keep following also on social media. And, yeah, we'll keep all the action coming. We don't know yet who's going to win the tickets. I've seen the tickets. They're here waiting. And we're going to settle back. I'm going to go down to the grid. So we'll catch up with some of the drivers. Eric also.
I will join you on the grid for the French drivers. You know, I guess there is some misunderstanding when you try to make some interview with the French riders. So I will give you help.
That's good, because I'm getting them ready for Formula One. You know, just get them, encouraging them, get them ready. So apart from that, we're going to say thanks for joining us. We'll see you soon, and we're going to go racing.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Karting International Circuit at Le Mans. One of the most evocative, famous and storied historic names in the world of motorsport. And here we go today, superheat for the Minimax Class 30. 4 drivers, although as you can see, one driver not getting off the dummy grid. That is Sebastian Behrman, the cousin of Formula One driver Oliver Behrman. Let's take you through the starting lineup. Pole position, Oliver Spencer, Riley Murrow on the outside of row number 1, Alfie Ward and Alfie Mayer on row number 2, Tom Reed and Joshua Cook on row 3, Lucian Smith and Leo Livings on row 4, Josh Cormack and Emerson McAndrew Uren on row number 5. Sebastian Behrman hopefully will get out if they get that kart started, and he'll share row 6 with Harry Ratcliffe. Julian Durma and Austin Oman are next, followed by Eddie Duncan, Attica Mia, Max Jolly, Mark Andrea Quesada, Achilles Peruzzi, Soren Gallagher, Tom Van Malik, Alex Baroni, Enzo Landry, Ari Kallenberg, Ryan White, Tristan Abiels, Khalid Medouini, Felix Chang, Leon Herberts, Arthur Farrow, Armando Latour Tuesta, Robin Raikkonen, Nikola Djordjevic and Maria Roberto. Hopefully Maria is out there, the young lady for the KR Sport team. I look up to see if I can find her unique, distinctive Alice in Wonderland crash helmet, and I believe I do. Spencer bringing them round very, very slowly through Paddock Bend, this 1.4 kilometre circuit. This race, 9 minutes plus 1 lap. Points have already been scored through the heat races. The points they score in this race will be added to those heat points to decide the grid for the main event. Eric Sellis here in the commentary box. Good morning, hello, welcome. We're about to go.
Well, I guess
not racing, not racing.
Pas encore, pas encore. Ils sont pressés ce matin, nos jeunes de la catégorie mini, mais là le départ était un petit peu chaotique. Oh, on a un problème également pour le numéro 128, à savoir Kallenberg, Harry Kallenberg, qui malheureusement a, semble-t-il, connu un petit problème au moment de sortir de la pré-grille. Et fait où ça ne s'arrange pas vraiment, hein, parce que son kart est au ralenti et j'ai l'impression qu'il va avoir du mal à rejoindre le groupe. Pendant ce temps-là, eh bien, Oliver Spencer a remis tout le monde dans le rythme pour ce nouveau tour de formation et ce nouveau tour de chauffe. Et on va maintenant calmer le rythme justement pour reformer ce peloton. On l'a vu, Oliver Spencer qui a ensuite vraiment réduit la cadence pour eh bien bien évidemment trop dispersé au moment d'accélérer. Voilà, on les retrouve au bout de la ligne droite, tout le monde s'est replacé et je pense que également Harry Kallenberg, ah non il est toujours là malheureusement, Harry Kallenberg, ça va être compliqué. Et quoique, ça a l'air d'aller beaucoup mieux maintenant pour Harry Kallenberg qui va essayer de rejoindre le peloton avant le départ. Si le rythme reste à ce niveau, je pense que ça sera fait sans problème, mais il va pas falloir que ça accélère trop devant. Allez, Oliver Spencer, Riley Murrow, les deux pilotes britanniques sur la première ligne et comme le disait Henri, les points qui ont été marqués hier comme eh bien, ont déterminé cette grille, on va rajouter les points de cette course pour ensuite eh bien, former la grille qui sera celle de la grande finale. Allez, il est rentré Harry Kallenberg et on va pouvoir procéder au départ.
Yep, Kallenberg catches the back of the field. More issues for number 191, Robin Raikkonen. It's been a torrid weekend for him. But the drivers are into the tram line and once again, no, look at the formation. That's not good. And somebody pulling off the number 151 kart. Oh, devastation for Khalid Medouini. One of the French drivers, and the red flag is out already. That is obviously 2 false starts. Race director Manuel Branco not happy with the drivers, so they will be instructed to listen In the UK, we call this game Shut Up and Listen, where the drivers have to shut up and listen to the race directors. If you're watching this, well, you are watching this on the 3MK Events YouTube channel. Good morning to Harrison Crook, supporting Eddie Duncan and the entire TH Course team. Well, I mean, Eddie is the only member of the TH Course team here this week. Eddie in... let's have a little look where he's starting. He's in the number 157 kart, is starting on the 8th row of the grid. Now, whilst the drivers receive their telling off, I have some... it's some really gutting news to tell you, that during the course of this weekend, and I am not accusing anybody in the paddock of this, there have been two very, very expensive items stolen. Number one, Robin Raikkonen's bespoke kart trolley, complete with personalised nameplates on it, was taken from out the back of the garage that Robin is working out of. And if that wasn't bad enough, the only privateer entry in junior, Great Britain's Sam Mott, had his engine spare, he has two engines, his second engine was stolen out of his awning yesterday. Now, you will hear us talk an awful lot about the teams in karting and the big teams. Privateer drivers, it's just Sam and his dad here with their car and a 6x4 easy up awning. They got an entry. They have driven all the way out here. They're the only one of the only two privateer entries in the entire 72 kart junior Rotax field. And that means they're not in a team because they can't afford to be in a team. That's what they say. They have to do things just lad and dad. And somebody has taken their spare engine, and they admitted it's not the best engine. It's not it's a good engine. It's a Welsh engine. But it's such a shame that we believe somebody, not in the paddock, has just wandered into the circuit, taken Kimi Raikkonen's trolley, Robin Raikkonen's trolley, and walked down, seen an engine, put the engine on the trolley, and walked out. But for Sam, that is such a devastating blow for a driver that is on a shoestring budget. We'll see Sam in the junior superheat later, but in karting, the engine is not... Rotax have a very interesting sealing system. Every engine is numbered and put in a database, and every time you go to a circuit, that engine number is logged in, so whoever has stolen it can never use it at a Rotax event. So we know it's not somebody that will ever race it, and of course all the people here will race it, and everyone knows that. So it was somebody outside of the paddock that has wandered in and just taken a personalised kart trolley and the only privateer in the junior field's engine. So hopefully fortune will smile on Robin Raikkonen and Sam Mott today. They all know that they're not going to get their property back because it is far away from the paddock now. But at least the people that have stolen it, the first time they ever take it to a go-kart track for a race meeting and try to register that engine, it will come up on Rotax's global monitoring system as a stolen engine, and that will be that. It doesn't help Sam at the moment. The one thing that Sam is very grateful for is that they didn't steal the bucket hat that he has been wearing all weekend off his head, and that would have been devastating. But I mean, it's a very special engine. Rain Racing Engines, the only Welsh engine builder in Rotax. But that is the bad news out of the way. Robin Raikkonen for Kart Shop Switzerland, and of course privateer driver Sam Mott. Let us hope that fortune smiles on them today. Unfortunately, fortune is not smiling on Khalid Medwini, the GKR Birrell ART driver. He is out of the race. Eric, we go again. Let's see. Oliver Spencer, number 142 for the Stanpex Motorsport team. And then Riley Murrow for Sam Pollitt Racing on the outside of the front row. Alfie Ward and Alfie Mir, the two SFR Motorsport drivers. Screed Flooring Racing, the black and red new graphics kit, so striking, so intricate. They're on row number 2. Wow. Harry the Lion Hannam has already got support in for DD2. That's coming up a little bit later. The official Harry the Lion Millwall fan club is decamped to Ireland. So, Lyle, I hope you're not swimming in too much Guinness at the moment. You've got to stay awake for the Lion. Here we go then. Oh, we got it. Oh, there's another problem, Eric.
Yeah, Kallenberg peut-être de nouveau en proie à des soucis. Je suis pas certain du numéro, mais la livrée du kart ressemble furieusement à celle qui était en délicatesse tout à l'heure lors de la première procédure, et je pense que l'arrêt et le redémarrage ne lui ont pas porté chance au moment où il était en train de rejoindre le peloton. Le peloton, justement, on le retrouve dans le dernier virage, et on espère que cette fois, avec la remise en ligne de la direction de course, et bien que ce départ va se dérouler de la meilleure des façons, et ça semble être le cas. Voilà, ça c'est fait. Bon départ donc de Spencer à l'intérieur, qui va essayer tout de suite de bloquer son adversaire direct, de garder la trajectoire pour ressortir en tête. Voilà, Oliver Spencer mène le... Et Riley Murrow est en deuxième position. Voilà les pilotes qui rentrent maintenant du côté du virage des 2 arbres et qui vont ensuite enchaîner l'infield pour la partie qui mène vers le banking.
Minus Ari Kallenberg and Khalid Medwini. The rest of the field head to the banking. Spencer on the outside hangs on to the lead. Murrow was right there as they come through turn 12 to the back straight and down towards Virage de Techno Park, out of Pittsbend, through paddock, single file. It's been a clean opening lap with the exception of poor old Robin Raikkonen, who's at the back. The Kart Shop Switzerland team have done absolutely everything as they head towards turn number 1. Spencer leads Murrow and Ward.
Murrow qui prend les commandes donc devant Spencer, et attention parce que Alfie Ward est derrière, blotti dans le sillage des 2 cartes qui sont devant lui, prêt à profiter du moindre problème.
Oh, there's a problem for the number 159 car, Alfie Mir, having an issue as well. The 159, the SFR Motorsport kart, the second of those red and black machines, has slowing down, so there's another mechanical issue. That means that it is Murrow, Spencer and Ward, followed by Reed.
Nouveau passage sur la ligne de chronométrage avec désormais Murrow qui mène les débats devant Alfie Ward. Oliver Spencer est 3e, Tom Reed 4e, Josh Cormack 5e, Austin Oman, Lucian Smith, Julian Dahmer et McAndrew Uren est en 9e position. Il est en train de remonter, mais on le voit hein, en tête de la course. Oula, attention, là ça commence à devenir un peu sauvage là du côté de Oliver Spencer. Il y a eu un contact assez marqué, et les 3 hommes qui avaient fait le trou sont en train d'être rejoints par leurs poursuivants, et on se retrouve avec un peloton de 7 cartes roue dans roue. Spencer qui attaque Alfie Ward. Allez, on se retourne du côté du leader pour voir où sont les adversaires. Il y a un petit écart de fait, pas très important bien évidemment, rien de définitif pour Riley Murrow qui surveille quand même ses arrières. Oliver Spencer est revenu en 2e position et Alfie Ward repasse 3e.
Into turn number 1, go the leaders. Murrow now leading from Spencer and Ward. Behind them, Tom Reed, the farmer, Tom Reed for Strawberry Racing, and Josh Cormack. There is Robin Wright. Now there's something with the airbox. You can see his dad Kimmy there working on the cart. I spoke with Robin for a while last night. Finished 5th in last year's Rotax Grand Finals. So he is, you know, as a Micromax driver, a very, very talented young man, obviously, but it has just not gone well for him this weekend. They will try to get whatever that problem is fixed and get him out for the final, use the rest of this race as a test session. We've still got 5 minutes to go, and Riley Murrow now trying to pull away, and he is pulling away. Ward second, Spencer third, then Reed, McAndrew Uren, Austin Oman, Lucian Smith, Julian Duema, Harry Radcliffe, Mark Andrea Quesada, Leo Livings, Josh Cook, Eddie Duncan and Alex Baroni. Your top 15. Spencer to the inside. Ward gets squeezed wide there. I couldn't quite see who the driver that went into the side of him. Ward now scrambles back in behind Lucian Smith.
Ah, ça a été un peu chaud là dans cette phase de course là avec Ward qui a été un petit peu écarté. Le numéro 183, il a perdu 5 ou 6 positions, alors que devant, eh bien, Riley Murrow lui est en train de s'échapper, parce que comme derrière lui on est en train de se disputer les positions, les accessites de cette super manche, eh bien lui il en profite, il a piste claire, il n'est pas attaqué, il n'est pas inquiété, et de fait derrière on passe plus de temps à protéger sa position, à protéger sa trajectoire, que de vraiment accélérer, et de fait on perd du terrain. Du coup on retrouve en deuxième position Spencer avec dans son sillage Reed, Cormack, McAndrew Uren et Oman.
You could see the gap that Riley Murrow has, and there's the move from 1-1-2. Josh Cormack, he tries the up and under on Emerson McAndrew Uren, ends up losing out, loses 4 positions, oh sorry, 3 positions there's Cormack. So that puts the Scotsman, the Falkirk Tyre and MOT sponsored driver, down into what would be 6th, 7th position perhaps, as Spencer chasing down Murrow, who leads by a full second. Then you can see the farmer Tom Reed in kart 110. He was good here last year. This has been a breakout season for Tom Reed in the UK and in Europe. He crosses the line third. There is Spencer being pushed through turn number 1 by Reed. Emerson McAndrew Uren for Dan Holland Racing runs in P4, but the leader is escaping as they head through turn 3 and up towards the Curve des Duchamps, Two Trees Corner.
Allez, c'est toujours la course-poursuite pour essayer pour les poursuivants de revenir sur Riley Murrow qui compte un peu plus d'une seconde d'avance maintenant. 1 seconde et 2 dixièmes environ d'avance pour le numéro 122. Et c'est Oliver Spencer qui mène la chasse, mais on est en train de se surveiller les uns les autres. Et attention, parce qu'à chaque attaque, comme c'est ici le cas au bout de la ligne droite avec Tom Reed qui passe en deuxième position, eh bien on perd du temps à chaque fois pour revenir sur le leader. Et derrière, McAndrew Uren, le numéro 102, essaye d'en profiter et il va essayer d'aller chercher la 3e position à l'intérieur du premier virage.
Oh, look at Spencer having to defend for his life. He's been passed by Reed, he's been passed by McAndrew Uren, and he had to then come back across and defend, because there were 2, 4, 5 drivers all lining up. Lucian Smith, Austin Oman, Alfie Ward and Josh Cormack, with Harry Radcliffe at the back of that group, all trying to freight train the pole sitter Oliver Spencer to the back of the pack. I haven't got the points positions in front of me, unfortunately, but Spencer trying to hang on to overall pole position for the main event as McAndrew Uren goes through, passing Tom Reed for second place. But all this is allowing Riley Murrow to disappear up the road as we enter the final 60 seconds plus a lap of this race.
Allez, ce sont les deux derniers tours maintenant auxquels nous sommes en train d'assister avec ce groupe de chasse où McAndrew Wren a pris le leadership. Et attention, nouvelle attaque à l'intérieur pour le numéro 142, à savoir Oliver Spencer, qui reprend la troisième position à Tom Reed. McAndrew Wren tente de donner le rythme et aussi de s'échapper un petit peu par rapport à toute cette bagarre, mais ça va être encore très disputé.
Oh, Eddie Duncan with only 3 wheels on his wagon. The TH Course team set up by Ian Thompson and Lewis Halliday out of the race. And look at the freight train coming into Virage to Technopark. McAndrew, Uren and Spencer battling over second. Here's the rest of the top 10 all in a pile. In fact, that group now goes back to Sebastian Behrman in 13th place. Don't forget, Behrman couldn't get off the dummy grid. He has charged up through the order. Max Jolly is in this group. Well, in this group coming here, there's Jolly and Behrman at the back of the pack, and they're now closing in on Cook, Livings, Cormac, Smith, Ward, Ratcliffe and the rest. But we have the clock, has run down.
Allez, nous allons bientôt rentrer dans le dernier tour puisque le temps réglementaire est maintenant écoulé et Riley Muro est en train d'effectuer une véritable démonstration. 3 secondes, 461 millièmes d'avance pour le leader. Derrière lui, McAndrew Wren et Oliver Spencer se sont légèrement détachés. C'est eux qui vont aller compléter le podium virtuel de cette super hit. Et un petit peu plus loin, on retrouve le numéro 111, à savoir Austin Oman, qui a réussi à s'immiscer en 4e position aux dépens de Tom Reed.
Final lap, and we are looking at Spencer still defending P2 from McAndrew Uren. Uren tries to do the crossover. Spencer defends, hugging the inside line. Look how quickly Austin Oman is closing in. Oman in the Sam Pollitt Racing number 111 cart as they head out towards the banking. Spencer defending, McAndrew Uren to the inside. Spencer, the crossover, side by side for P2. Here comes Austin Oman. It's now McAndrew Uren, Oman and Spencer into Virage to Technopark. Spencer's going to get a good run, tries the undercut, but Riley Murrow is about to cross the line. There he goes.
Voilà, Riley Muro qui va aller s'imposer. McAndrew Uren qui finalement termine 2e après avoir été inquiété par Spencer, mais finalement Spencer, à force de trop vouloir protéger sa position, a permis à Austin Oman de revenir et finalement de le devancer sur la ligne de chronométrage. Donc ce qui fait que l'on retrouve Muro vainqueur, McAndrew Uren 2e et Oman 3e. Spencer termine 4e, Alfie Ward 5e.
Well, Riley Murrow now the current point standings. That win for Riley Murrow puts him on pole position provisionally for the main event. Oliver Spencer will start second in the main event. Alfie Ward and Emerson McAndrew Uren will share row number 2. Tom Reed and Leo Livings will go from row 3. Austin Oman and Josh Cook will start on row 4 provisionally as things stand. The results of that one: Murrow wins by 3.5 seconds over McAndrew Uren, Austin Oman, Oliver Spencer, Alfie Ward, Tom Reed, Leo Livings, Harry Ratcliffe, Josh Cook and Max Jolly. That's your top 10. Sebastian Behrman and a storming drive from Soren Gallagher up to 12th. Achilles Peruzzi, Josh Cormac and Ryan White, the rest of the top 15. Love this camera shot there as the drivers come in to Parc Ferme. You can see some drivers there. That's, I think, is that the number 118? That is Tren Van Malik punching the steering wheel there, frustrated. Van Malik finishing 23rd in that one. Here are some of the highlights. Spencer leading, but having to defend almost from the word go. Now at this point, Riley Murrow takes second. That was sort of the 112 cart of Josh Cormac, who eventually finished 14th, going into the side of Alfie Ward. But already at this point, Riley Murray was long gone. Tom Reed, Oliver Spencer and Emerson McAndrew Uren battling over second place. Reed would eventually slip back to P6 at the end, but Spencer having to defend. So that SP Motorsport kart just doesn't look quite as happy in the cool weather as though it did in the hot sunshine yesterday. It is cloudy, overcast, and nearly 10 degrees cooler than what it was yesterday. That has a dramatic effect on how you set the karts up, tyre pressures, jetting settings, all those things. And Spencer and McAndrew, Spencer knows he has to defend. He knows he's trying to protect pole position. If he had finished second, then that would have been one thing, but he didn't, as that highlight is over. But the next race, the Micromax Superheat, is coming out now.
Allez, on passe maintenant à la course catégorie micro, pardon. Charlie Page, le pilote britannique, sera en pole position avec à ses côtés Benedictas qui porte le numéro 2. Charlie Page, c'est le numéro 14. Ensuite, on va retrouver Lawrence Singh Pahal et Jamie Septier, le pilote tricolore qui s'élancera depuis la 3e position avec le numéro 86 et qui aura à ses côtés Alfie Garrett.
Oh, well, I mean, Kerry Probert back home yesterday, she was watching Alfie Garrett quietly in work. At least today's Saturday, and she's watching it from home. She's probably just launched her morning cup of tea over the back of the sofa. It's okay though. Garrett continues. Page and Masiokas, row 1. Ava Lawrence and Dian Pahal, row 2. Jamie Septier and Garrett, row 3. Guido Ebageni, the biggest smile in karting. Guido Ebageni and LBJ Stubbs, row 4. Dax Farah, Samar Chopra, Albert Farrow, Noah C. Somebody on the grass there. Is that Dian Pahal? No, I don't think that. Who's that? I can't see who that is. That could be Alfie Garrett getting back into position. Unfortunately for the rest of the drivers, Chloe McGill, who starts 13th in this race, she told me last night that she's going to win. She's going to get the ticket to Bahrain because her granddad lives in Bahrain and she needs to go and see him. Of course, the prize for the winner of the main event are tickets to the grand finals. So, well, I'm not sure what the other 33 drivers will have to say as we go racing.
Allez, Charlie Page qui rentre en tête dans le premier virage, mais ça a été très chaud avec notamment Ava Lawrence en 3e position qui essaye de s'immiscer à l'intérieur. Pour l'instant, Charlie Page garde les commandes de cette Super Hit catégorie micro.
Through turn number 3 into Curve de Duchamp. Some of the storylines that have been progressing. Charlie Page leading the race in that very distinctive white, lime green and orange livery kart. He is a privateer driver. It's just him in the awning. Well, it's him, his mum, his dad, a couple of siblings, Danny Sweeney, the engine tuner, Matt Scheuer, the driver coach, the mechanic. It's part office, part kart workshop, part crash for the younger siblings, all on their own, just parked up near the racetrack, leading the might of the big teams. Ava Lawrence, the Yaz Heat sponsored Australian-based, Australian-born, Dubai-based young lady. She took pole position in qualifying and is battling to become just the second girl to ever win a heat race in this competition. Behind him, Benedictus Masiokas with the Ayrton Senna crash helmet running in third, and then you have Guido Ebageni for MLC Motorsport. The entire paddock has just fallen in love with Guido. Mexican dad, Serbian mum, lives in Dubai, about to move to Italy, and carries his smile proudly wherever he goes, and he's very quick. He's now up to P3. Behind him, the number 42 is Albert Farrow. Farrow has made the move with his brother Arthur to the SFR Motorsport team, and then we have Dian Pahal. Dian Pahal, the only driver here on a British-built chassis. Kart number 23, which they discovered this morning was a little bit bent, the chassis, so they've had to put that back and straighten it. Dian on the RCE chassis, the only driver on a British-built chassis. Back to you. Sorry, Eric. There's a few of the storylines as Benedictus Masiokas takes the race lead.
Allez, Benedictas qui est maintenant aux commandes avec dans son sillage Charlie Page et Ava Lawrence, la pilote féminine qui... Oula, attention, là il y a un pilote qui est sorti un peu large. Je ne sais pas ce que ça va donner. Est-ce qu'il est revenu sur la piste ou est-ce qu'il est resté dans l'herbe du circuit ici international du Mans? En tout cas, pour l'instant, c'est très disputé en tête de la course et on voit bien que, comme le disait Henry, Ava Lawrence allait décider à gagner ce ticket pour Bahreïn parce que, comme il l'expliquait, eh bien son grand-père vit à Bahreïn et elle a tout intérêt à aller chercher ce ticket. Elle est désormais deuxième, Charlie Page est troisième, mais attention parce que ça revient très fort, notamment de la part de Jamie Septier, qui est dans le groupe de tête.
Yeah, Jimmy Septier, new leader, Ava Lawrence to the inside. Masiokas tries to hang on. Lawrence now leads. Another quick view of Jimmy Septier in the orange and blue machine, the leading French driver in this race. His engine builder, JMD Power, their factory burnt down a couple of weeks ago, taking all their engines with them. Force Motorsport from the UK have stepped in to provide Jimmy Septier with some good old Sheffield waft, and Septier is using that. But of course, our thoughts go out to the entire JMD Power team. Luckily, no one was injured. LBJ Stubbs in kart number 96, you can see in this lead group as we have a new leader, LBJ. He had a frightening role in testing. There he is. He tweaked his hand quite badly, so he's driving injured. Here we go, Masiokas leads. This is classic Micromax Racing. The youngest drivers have just turned 8 years old. Arthur Bowers, Arlo Campbell and Oliver Woodall. Campbell 26, Woodall 22nd. Bowers is 24th. They were 7 years old just a few months ago, and now they're racing at the International Trophy.
Allez, c'est chaud en tête de la course, hein. Ça bouge tout le temps. On a vu que Ava Lawrence avait pris les commandes. Elle s'est faite déborder au freinage de la ligne droite et elle est désormais passée en 5e position sur la ligne de chronométrage. Maintenant, c'est Charlie Page qui est revenu aux commandes, emmenant dans son sillage Alfie Garrett, me semble-t-il, oui. Et Alfie Garrett qui passe en tête et qui emmène avec lui le numéro 42, à savoir Albert Faroa. Voilà, Garrett, Faroa, Page, Benedictas, Lawrence, c'est le nouveau classement pour les 5 premiers, avec une attaque dans le premier virage pour Faroa qui prend les commandes de cette super hit.
What a move from Albert Farrow. One of 2 racing brothers. His older brother Arthur was out in Minimax. Albert and his teammate Alfie Garrett lead 1-2 for SFR Motorsport. Page hanging tough in 3rd. They're starting to break away from the chasing train of drivers, led by another, well, it was led by the 3rd SFR kart, it still is, Benedictus Masiokas, but he is under huge pressure from Ava Lawrence. Lawrence also putting the pressure on Harris Barber, Jimmy Septier, Dax Farah. Still 3 minutes to go. Look at the number 12 kart of Barber, wheel to wheel with his teammates, the 2 Strawberry Racing karts. And Page looks to the inside. But don't forget, Page has got no teammates, all on his own. Charlie Page. He's going to have to try and break the SFR stranglehold at the front of this race. And the battle, well, at the moment 3.7 seconds separate the top 17. Pedro Faria, Timothy Pieta, Franizek Malik, Jan Wozniak, Maximilian Rachkovsky, Dian Pahal, Connor Hofer, Guido Ebergenyi, Chloe McGill's up to P9. She started 13th, RBJ Stubbs 8th. They're all still there, but the three leaders are trying to inch away.
Allez, le trio de tête qui tente de s'échapper, mais attention, ça y est, ça commence les attaques avec Charlie Page là qui vient s'intercaler entre les deux coéquipiers Farah et Garrett. Farah qui garde le leadership, mais Charlie Page qui s'est installé en deuxième position évidemment et qui attaque maintenant dans le premier virage. Charlie Page qui reprend les commandes de la course, et attention parce que ces attaques vont ralentir le trio de tête, et attention à ce que le paquet de poursuivants ne revienne pas. Oui, si, ça y est, c'est fait. Jonction, on retrouve 8 cartes roue dans roue.
Oh, Page getting pegged back there. Masiokas round the outside. First Slim Shady round the outside. Move of the day, and it's an SFR Motorsport 1, 2, 3. Well, if you're gonna do a new graphics kit, you may as well make sure the wagons are fast so you get some good TV coverage. The black and red of SFR. 1, 2, 3 at the moment. Behind them, in fourth position, is now Page has slipped back. There's Guido Ebegeni, number 13 for MLC Motorsport. He's just set the fastest lap of the race. It's Harris Barber up into P4. Harris for the Strawberry Racing team. No, it's Ava Lawrence now P4, then Harris Barber. Oh, what a convoy of go-karts. Leading them into turn number 3 though is Alfie Garrett.
Ah, on assiste à une course exceptionnelle là, en tête de cette catégorie micro, avec pour l'instant le leader Alfie Garrett qui emmène un groupe de 5 pilotes qui s'est un petit peu détaché. Charlie Page tout à l'heure a voulu attaquer, il a créé un petit peu la zizanie, il a permis aux poursuivants de revenir, et finalement c'est lui qui a fait la mauvaise opération parce qu'il est dans le deuxième groupe. Attention à Eva Lawrence, la numéro 80, qui essaye d'attaquer au bout de la ligne droite, ça ne passe pas. L'enchaînement avec le virage du Technopark, le virage du paddock, c'est toujours la grosse incertitude. Oh, ça part au large là pour le numéro 47, pour Alfie Garrett, qui a perdu le leadership au profit de Faroa, et Benedictas deuxième, Lawrence troisième.
And going through the chicane there, a pit entrance chicane after virage to Technopark, Benedictus Masiokas had the wherewithal to try and signal to Garrett, it's okay, I'll let you back in. Unfortunately for Alfie, Ava Lawrence, they decided, oh no, I'm wise to this, and gave Masioka such a push coming on the start-finish straight. Oh, we've one runs wide coming out. This is a fantastic Micromax race. This is the final lap. It is Albert Farrow against Benedictus Masiokas against Alfie Garrett down into Virage to Technopark. Farrow hangs on. Watch Masiokas try to get the crossover. It's a 1, 2, 3 for SFR Motorsport. Their best ever result on an international stage. Team formation with Page in 4th, Lawrence 5th, Ebegeni 6th, Stubbs 7th, Barber 8th, Farah 9th, and Chloe McGill rounding out the top 10. And that is just to decide who starts where in the main event, and it will be Charlie Page still on pole position for the final provisionally. Masiokas will start second, then it'll be Lawrence third, Garrett fourth, Farrow fifth, Ebegeni sixth, Stubbs seventh, Pahal eighth. That is your provisional top 8 starters. What a race, Eric.
Ouais, superbe course à laquelle on a assisté, avec un triplé finalement à l'arrivée pour Faroa, Benedictas et Garrett. Et finalement Charlie Page dans le dernier virage a réussi à faire sauter le verrou Ava Lawrence pour lui chipper la 4e place. Ava Lawrence qui termine en 5e position. De fait, Charlie Page avec cette 4e place normalement devrait partir en pole position tout à l'heure de la finale, avec à ses côtés Benedictas, et on retrouvera Ava Lawrence sur la 2e deuxième ligne en principe. Voilà, on a vécu vraiment une très très belle course dans cette catégorie micro avec beaucoup de spectacles et finalement des dépassements relativement propres et bien réalisés. Ça c'est quand même quelque chose qu'il faut souligner parce qu'on avait vu dans d'autres catégories des dépassements un petit peu plus musclés et un petit peu plus limite. Là ça s'est vraiment très très bien expliqué.
Yeah, let's have a quick look at the 12-minute highlights from that race, because it's one highlight reel from start to finish. So many drivers involved, so many different stories. SFR Motorsport, some great example of team driving. That's where drivers work together. Charlie Page, though, the privateer driver, coached by Matt Scheuer as well. Just Charlie knows he's never got any friends. He is always on his own as a privateer, having to battle. There's Guido Ebergenyi battling with Page. Stubbs, again, hands strapped up after an incident. Ava Lawrence, always a tough competitor, you know, but there are two girls finishing in the top 10. Will we have our first International Trophy female winner today? There's chances in lots of classes, not only in Micromax but also in Junior, not only in Micro and Junior but also in DD2 as well. As you see the drivers crossing the finish line there, we'll now, for the first time, head down to Jen Wade and Eric Ellis on the grid.
Alrighty, down on the grid here, we're in 30 seconds and counting. Standing next to the world number one in the DD2 class from last year in Bahrain, Zendaru. Of course, opposite Gabby, pole position from Argentina. Jack Dex lining up on the second row. Give us a thumbs up. There he is. There's Jack. Also from Great Britain. So it's going to be a good race. We've got so much experience on this grid.
Yes, indeed, Jen. So Zendarua, an example, 31 and over. You have to be 31 or over to race in Masters. Zendarua winning the DD2 title in his last year of eligibility back in Sarno in October last year. New father for the SSE Sports Till team. Now will head out on the outside of the front row. His young son, Cruz, is in the pit garage watching. I said I went to see young Cruz yesterday and he was so excited to see me that he instantly filled his Pampers with joy. Well, maybe not with joy, with something else, but he was very happy and smiling. I'm not quite sure if that's he saw me or is that because he had just given the nanny a bit of extra work to do. Here we go, out on to the circuit. DD2 Masters. Your starting lineup is as follows. Gabi Zugela from Argentina is on pole position. Then you have Zendarua, you have Charles Sergan, Jack Dex, Maxime Gravaway, Jeremy Brasler, Robert Schlunsen, Vivian Cusack-Pico, Alex Fielenbach, Lucas Jolly, Nadir Kabaj, Moritz Canopius, Christopher Capitan, Harold the Showman Watson, Henry Taleb, K. Bjorn Edstrom, Fernando Gutzi, Jamie Billings, Peter Gutai. I don't think we have Kirilo Biriuk, Jimmy Chomier, Fabio Creti. Hello to Papa Creti back home in Italy. Hope you're well, sir. Christoph Adams. And then we need plenty of support online for Roger Young, Uncle Roger from Chinese Taipei in the island of Taiwan. Why? Because he has slipped a disc in his back. He is in agony out there, is Uncle Roger. He has been dosed up and he is gritting his teeth, so we need plenty of support for Uncle Roger. He wasn't even drunk either. His back, his lower back, He's in absolute agony, but he's out there in cart 6, 7, 8. Sylvian Laville, Jerk Proxno, Ron Bonza Billings, Wim Rouleau and Manuel Martins. There is your lineup. The lights are out. 11 minutes plus 1 lap. Zugela, the Bunaretto Performance Team, leads them through turn number 1. Over the curbs go some of them. Roger Young will be avoiding curbs at all possibility. Oh, we've got an issue. We've got an issue there. A spin, and that is the number 616 cart. Oh, devastation for. Try and see who that is. Do we have a 616? Oh no, Roger Young out of the race. That is the last thing that Roger needed with his slip disc. Roger, but he's walking away, and at least he won't damage himself anymore before the final. Out of the race as well. I'm just trying to see. It was Lucas Joly in cart 681 who I think has gone out. Jeremy Brassler also involved. Fabio Creti, the only driver here on a Haas kart down at the back of the field, but it is De Rua now making the move into P2, passing Charles Sagan. Hello to Tobias Duckler on the live chat. Tobias will be supporting, I'm sure, the Austrian drivers. Was a very, very successful driver in the Sony World Series International Finals a couple of weeks ago at Campinos in Spain. The battle is on for second. It is De Rua now ahead of Sagan into turn the Virage de Technopark. Schlunzen in fourth, then the orange and blue machine of Maxime Grabouet, the KPR driver. But Gabi Zugela, an emotional driver, does some touring car racing in Argentina. He's been a former Grand Finals podium finisher in Portimao a number of years ago. And he is now, he wears his heart on his sleeve. He's the only driver here this week for Argentina. But De Rua, last year's world number 1 in the DD2 class, is closing in, bringing Sagan with him. And again, I can see the Taiwanese support on the live chat. Don't worry, Roger is standing in the marshal post. He can breathe in. He will go again in the final. He has done so much for karting in Taiwan. You've got 4 drivers here, the biggest amount of drivers they've ever brought to the International Trophy, and a lot of that is down to Roger's hard work, and he so badly wanted to lead them from the front, and he will, whether he's in a kart or whether he is not. Good battle for the lead, and Zugela, Eric, is coming under more and more pressure.
Ouais, effectivement, hein, Zugela qui est en tête, hein, le pilote argentin qui mène le paquet. Le peloton est de plus en plus sous la pression de Xen De Roo, et Xen De Roo qui attaque au bout de la ligne droite au freinage du virage du Technopark, et du coup, eh bien, Zugela est obligé également de laisser passer Charles Seguin. Voilà, le Français en deuxième position, Zugela troisième, et qui est attaqué maintenant. Non, ça va, il ferme la porte, mais Schleusen était prêt aussi à en profiter.
That move from Xen De Roo, the number 610, that's Wim Rouleau out of the race. He's been saying, have I been talking any rubbish about him? No, not at all, and I won't. His driving does that for him. I'm only joking, Wim, I'm only joking. Now, that pass from Xen De Roo for the race lead gives De Roo pole position in the main event, only by 4 points over Gabi Zugela. So Zugela has slipped to third. If Zugela could get back into P2, he will still be on pole position for the final. Sagan and Jack Dex would start on row 2 for the final, but Zugela has got to get past Sagan to hang on to pole position for the main event. But at the moment, Zugella is looking in danger of dropping another position because Robert Schlunsen is closing in as well.
Allez, c'est la grosse bagarre hein, également pour les accessites parce que pour l'instant, si Xen Deroux mène la danse avec Charles Seguin dans son sillage, eh bien Zugella, lui, est sous la pression de Schleusen et Zugella qui a perdu hein, pour l'instant le bénéfice de la pole position pour la grande finale, doit absolument reprendre le meilleur sur Charles Seguin s'il veut rester en pole pour la finale de cet après-midi. Pour l'instant, ça n'en prend pas le chemin parce que on voit que Charles Seguin est en train de se mettre un petit peu à l'abri. Il y a un petit peu d'écart, il y a environ 2-3 longueurs de châssis qui séparent Charles Seguin du pilote argentin, mais le pilote argentin qui fait le forcing en venant de signer le meilleur tour en course.
Still 5.5 minutes to go. The top four, nose to tail. Zugella coming back into contention. Then we have Jack Dex, Vivian Cusack-Pico. Dex, Cusack-Pico, Gravaway, Fielenbach, Taleb, Maurice Canopes, Christophe Capitan, the showman, Harold Watson, P12, Nadir Kabaj, then Sylvain Laville, Jimmy Chomier, Peter Gutai, Kibjorn Edstrom, Fernando Guzzi, Christoph Adams, Jamie Billings, Dirk Prochnow, Manuel Martins, Jeremy Brasler, Fabio Creti, and Bonzi Billings. They are your remaining 25 runners. Joly, Rouleau, and Young out. Biliuk didn't start. And Sergan coming in, so if Sergan passes Deroux, that would give Zugella pole position for the main event. Here we go, Charles Sergan takes the lead. That's the third different leader we've had. And when they cross the line, the points will update themselves, and that should mean that Zugella retakes pole position for the final. Even though Zugella hasn't made a position, obviously Deroux will now score only second place points, and that will put the Argentinian driver back into pole position. But Zugella cannot lose third place to Schlunsen or Jack Dex. Here we go, and it's now Zugella 213 points, Deroux 207. It changes just like that.
Allez, Charles Seguin qui a pris les commandes de cette super manche, et Charles Seguin en attaquant Xen Deroux a permis également derrière à Zugella et Schlunsen de revenir. Du coup, au lieu d'avoir deux duos, eh bien on a maintenant un quatuor en tête de la course, et pour l'instant c'est la grande incertitude pour savoir qui va aller chercher la victoire, parce que c'est très proche. On fait évidemment peu d'erreurs, et pour l'instant on attend un petit peu. Il reste encore 3 minutes à parcourir dans le temps réglementaire plus le tour de complément, donc il peut se passer encore plein de choses, même si ici on a l'impression que Charles Seguin est en train de faire le forcing pour tenter de s'échapper. Ça serait une bonne idée de la part du français de se mettre à l'abri d'un éventuel retour, parce que j'ai l'impression que derrière Zugella est en train de se faire de plus en plus pressant sur Xen Deroux en 4e position. Schleusen, lui, pour l'instant est dans l'incapacité d'attaquer le pilote qui se trouve devant lui, d'attaquer le pilote argentin. Mais attention, ça se resserre, et Zugella qui perd un petit peu de terrain. Charles Seguin qui continue sa marche en avant.
Out of turn number 10 through turn 11, out onto the banking. 2 minutes to go. Seguin, Deroux, Zugella and Schlunsen. Once again, I'll remind you on the live chat, please keep the comments respectful. Idiots like the one who's just made a post as you're watching the 31-year-old and above drivers on the track racing for a ticket to the grand finals. It's great. You ban somebody one day for slating engines, and they put a new account up under a different name, so he'll be banned as well. Let's keep things professional. 90 seconds to go.
Zugella. Where is Zugella on the board?
Oh, he's
8.
8. Yeah, so a problem there for Gabi Zugella, and that will drop Zugella down to third on the grid for the final.
Voilà, il y a eu un souci, semble-t-il, pour Zugela dans ce dernier tour, avec certainement une attaque de Schlunson, mais visiblement il a perdu du terrain le pilote argentin Gabriele Zugela, qui se retrouve 8e désormais. Il a repris une position, il est désormais 7e le pilote argentin, mais il va perdre le bénéfice de la première ligne. Il va, si les choses en restaient là, eh bien devoir s'élancer tout à l'heure dans la finale depuis la deuxième ligne. Alors c'est pas non plus trop dramatique, mais forcément ça contrarie peut-être un petit peu ses plans. Attention, Charles Seguin qui se retrouve maintenant de plus en plus sous la pression de Xen de Roux. Xen de Roux, le pilote du kart numéro 604, va-t-il tenter le tout pour le tout et aller chercher la victoire aux dépens du français?
So we're looking now at the third place battle. Jack Dex, followed by Maxime Grabouet, followed by Vivian Cusack-Pico, then Zugela in the number 622 car. Here comes Zugela to the inside. Zugela picks up a place, trying to get back onto the front row, and look at the number 608 kart. That is Alex Fielenbach now into contention. But it's Sagan versus De Rua at the front for the win.
Allez, c'est toujours très serré entre Seguin et De Roux, et attention parce que Schlunson derrière pourrait bien profiter. S'il y a quelques passes d'armes entre les deux hommes de tête, eh bien Schlunson, lui qui n'est plus très loin, hein, qui est à 2 longueurs, 3 longueurs grand maximum de châssis, pourrait très bien revenir. On a vu dans ce genre de situation que c'était le dernier homme du groupe qui pouvait en profiter. Allez, Charles Seguin qui maîtrise parfaitement au bout de la ligne droite le freinage du virage du Technopark. Il va revenir, et lorsqu'il va franchir la ligne de chronométrage, pardon, ce sera son dernier tour. Voilà, dernier tour pour Charles Seguin. Encore un tour à résister.
Can Sagan hold off De Rua? Schlunson closing in P3. De Rua would be on pole position for the final as things stand, with Sagan second, Zugela third and Jack Dex fourth. Schlunson would start fifth in the final. They go through to Curb de Duchamp, now out of turn 7, through the flat out left right kink and S's at turns 8, 9 and 10 on to the banking. De Rua is going to get a good run out of turn number 12 onto the back straight, but De Rua's not got good enough of a run. This is going to go to France and Charles Sagan.
Allez, Charles Seguin qui est en train de rentrer dans la dernière ligne droite et qui s'impose. Voilà, Charles Seguin, victoire du français devant Xen de Roux et Schlunson. De Roux qui était en train de préparer une attaque peut-être dans la ligne droite, mais il s'est un petit peu raté dans le droite-gauche pardon, qui commande l'entrée dans la ligne droite, et il n'a pas pu profiter de l'aspiration pour tenter d'attaquer le français au freinage au bout de la rectiligne. Charles Seguin qui s'impose devant De Roux. Schlunson est 3e, Jack Dex 4e, Maxime Grabouille est en 5e position, Zugela finalement 6e, Vivien Cusack-Pico 7e, Fielenbach 8e, Knopnes 9e et Capitaine 10e.
Well, we watched the slowing down lap. This next bit of commentary probably won't age very well, but I think John Smith, when he gets banned shortly, which he's about to, on the live chat, I think he'll come up with a new profile name. It should be Kermit the Frog, because Kermit was a Muppet as well. Here we go. It is Sagan, De Rua, Schlunson, Dex, Grabouet, Zugela, Cusack-Pico, Fielenbach, Maurice Knopes and Christophe Capitan. Rounding out the top 10, Nadia Kabaj, Harold Watson, Jimmy Chaumier, Peter Gutai, Keybjorn Edstrom, Jeremy Brassler. As you watch the start now, it went wrong at turn number 3 for Lucas Joly. As there's the spin, and you can see the Roger Young ploughing into Joly and ploughing into the 616 cart of Jeremy Brassler. Young already. I said he trapped a nerve or slipped a disc in his back. He is hobbled to the extreme. I'm watching him. He's now got to get onto the recovery vehicle, sit in the car, but Uncle Roger will be back. Zugela not happy with something, but he was fighting back. There's a move from Gabi Zugela.
See if we can.
And
See if we can beat this.
Sagan Derua Schlunzen
I said he's gonna get
there at the end. Well, that will be DD2 Masters. We'll see them all again in the final. Now, this is where it's crunch time. DD2, 72 drivers, 2 superheats, only 36 can hit the main event. Jen Wade is now going to speak to some of the hopefuls.
I thought I would just say a quick hi to one of our Danish drivers. Willem, how are you going?
Well, I'm going better than yesterday.
I'm happy to see you where you should be on the grid for a change. What happened?
The qualifying was just not as good as we have pace for, but now we're further up than where we were before.
Are you enjoying it here apart from that, in Le Mans racing?
Yeah, it was quite hot yesterday, but I like the weather now more to drive in.
It's much cooler, also for us, for the fans. Bender, just a quick one, because all your fans in Hungary are cheering you on. How are you?
I'm fine, thanks. I'm ready for a race.
Now, of course, we know you're one of the fast drivers also from the Central Eastern European region and series, RMC. What's it like being here in Le Mans and racing a little bit different grid? Some the same and some international.
I like it. I like the track. I like that we have 72 drivers. It's crazy how much good drivers are here, so I'm interested to see what's going to happen.
I just have to wonder if we made the grid a little bit bigger. You think we could get some more?
I hope so, yeah. It's always good.
It's always good. Okay, well, good luck and hello to everyone in Hungary. You want to say hi to anyone?
Hi to everybody who is watching from Hungary and cheer.
Yeah.
Thanks.
See ya. Alrighty, okay, that's as much Hungarian as I know. Alrighty, Patrick. So we got Patrick. Is he going to talk to me? Yeah. How are you?
Quite good.
Tell us what's been happening the last couple of days.
Yeah, the pace was quite good, but unfortunately I had really bad first heat, so I hope that today I will make up some positions.
That would be nice. A little bit cooler today. How different is the track?
Yeah, the conditions are a bit different because it's a bit less grippy, and I think it's good for me, so I hope it will be a good day.
And what about if we have just a little bit of rain? I know it's going to be wet after lunch, but maybe not early enough for the finals. Will it change a lot for you?
I mean, I've never driven here in the rain before, but yeah, it will be a challenge for sure, but I'm up for it.
He's up for it. Okay, good luck. Kart number 582. Alrighty, so we're going to move off the grid. Okay, some interesting little habits, I think. Who gets in on what side of the grid and what happens? Everyone has their little kind of routine. It's interesting to watch. And as Bender said, it's a really, really strong field with the international grid as well. I mean, he's racing also European events, and having been to the grand finals, a lot of these drivers understand what it's like to be driving against international drivers that you don't know what they're going to do, how they're going to drive, and you have to just work it out. A little bit of strategy, but some good news, I guess, is that the DD2 is bringing 72 drivers now to the grid in Le Mans. Fantastic. Last year only 36, and there's always such a long waiting list, so nice to see them here. Maybe we get a little wave from some of the guys. Anyone at home watching?
Well, you could see there just some of the tension as the drivers are left alone. This is the moment now. The points have been calculated 1 to 72. So we'll be looking obviously for the leaders, but the drivers starting on the 8th, the 9th rows of the grid, the 10th rows of the grid. At the moment, Axel Hoos and Jamie Smith, they're the last two drivers in this race, currently in the top 36 in the point standings. So they're trying to protect their position. Everyone else on back, from Bran Anker, Mathieu Barbier, Marco Drittenprice, Wout Kirstjens, etc., they are trying to pick up places to fight their way in to the main event. It's going to be Sam Knoppers and Christian Baumgartner on row number 1. Baptiste Schneider and Lawrence Herberts on row 2. Harry the Lion Hannam and Edgars Vilkans on row 3. Ben DeSabo and William Christensen row 4. Gustav Usakovs and Patrick Donica row 5. Petter Bazell, Rasmus Vendelbo row 6. Ragnar Vieras, like Petter Bazell, a former Grand Final DD2 champion, and Nicola Filappi on row 7. Imke Arts. Imke was the first female to stand on the International Trophy podium last year, but she's in danger of not making the main event this year. Behind, alongside Imke, Shen Ya Hong from Chinese Taipei, the island of Taiwan. Shen Ya won his ticket already this year at the International Trophy Asia in Thailand. Some drivers at the back, it's virtually impossible, but under threatening skies and cooling temperatures, the first of 2 DD2 Superheats is about to go.
Et c'est parti avec Sam Knoppers qui garde le leadership dans le virage numéro 1, le 520, qui garde l'intérieur et qui réussit à conserver sa position de pointe, alors que derrière je pense que Baumgartner a dû peut-être céder du terrain, le numéro 530 qui a peut-être perdu une position. Ça demande à être vérifié, mais en tout cas pour Knoppers c'est bien parti.
So we will watch obviously the lead battle, but also keep you up to date as best we can without knowing the exact points of who might be in and who might be out of the final. So 2 races in 1 going on. The lead battle, Baptiste Schneider. Second, chasing down Sam Knoppers. There is the Gillard, the 514 kart of Schneider, driving for the PKS team. And he has got, is that the Lion? Right, yeah, it is. The Lion. Harry Hannam for the Jack Dex Racing team. Well, he's been prowling around, and now someone's rung the dinner bell and the Lion is licking his chops. Here comes Harry Hannam into P2.
Voilà, confirmation, hein. Knoppers a bien gardé le leadership, mais derrière Baumgartner a perdu pas mal de positions. Il est passé 5e sur la ligne de chronométrage, et pour l'instant eh bien c'est Harry Hannam qui a fait le meilleur départ, avec désormais son kart numéro 519 pointé en 2e position, et c'est chaud dans le banking. Derrière ça s'explique à coup de châssis.
Well, there was one Birol ART diving in, was that Christian Baumgartner. Ben DeSabo also involved in that tussle. The two, the Birol Art by KSB driver. Oh, and now that looks like the 547 Rasmus Vendelbo for the Jan Dames Racing team in trouble. Oh, Baptiste Schneider, that looked a little bit on the edge of what is right or not. Schneider getting sent to the outside at turn number 1, and now he's got Gustav Usakovs for the Hunter Motorsport team.
Baptiste Schneider qui malheureusement a perdu beaucoup de place, hein. Il a été un petit peu tassé sur l'extérieur du virage numéro 1, et le temps de revenir sur la piste, eh bien, il a dû laisser passer un bon nombre de pilotes qui se sont intercalés. Schneider qui doit être aux alentours de la 10e position maintenant, alors que devant pour Sam Knoppers, eh bien, ça semble bien parti, même si on voit que Harry Hannam est en train de faire le forcing, hein, pour tenter de revenir sur le leader. Et derrière, Baumgartner et Sabo sont roue dans roue.
And you can see in third place the 530 Christian Baumgartner, head right down behind the NASA panel, not even looking where he's going. These karts are doing nearly 130 kilometers an hour, and Baumgartner is looking at his knees. That's just to create the best aerodynamics as possible as he tries to hunt down Harry Hannum in P2. Behind him it's Szabo, the Hungarian driver. Lawrence Herberts, Edgars Vilkans. Vilkans, another one of the very few privateers. In fact, Vilkans has now passed Herberts. That's a Sodi kart chassis. And here comes the KRK machine of Poland's Patryk Dorica. Side by side behind them, that's Peter Bazel, the Czech Republic driver, fighting for 8th place with William Christensen. But you know what? That tactic by Christian Baumgartner has worked, because he's towed himself back up to the rear bumper of Harry Hannum. But Sem Konopias has once again just checked out on the field.
Allez, en tête de la course, pas de problème pour Knelopus qui reste solidement attaché aux commandes de cette super hit. Et derrière, en revanche, ça s'attaque et ça s'explique entre Hanan, Baumgartner et Szabo. Pour l'instant, c'est Baumgartner qui est au devant de ce groupe de chasse, avec dans son sillage Harry Hannum qui est donc désormais troisième. Il a perdu une position au profit de Baumgartner, et Szabo reste toujours quatrième, Vilkans cinquième. C'est toujours très très disputé.
4 drivers dispute second position. Baumgartner has passed Hannum. Here comes Bendy Szabo. Szabo forces the Lion back to third. At this rate, the Lion could become an endangered species before long. Imke Arts sets the best lap of the race. Now, the battle for places in the main event. And I've got to say, it's been very, very clean so far. Marco Drittenprice has gained 3 places. He's up to 18th. He needs to gain a few more. Mathieu Barbier and Jamie Smith have dropped down the order. There is Edgars Vilkans on the Sodi kart, picking up a position. Well, the Lion might not be the king of the jungle anymore, because the Griffin from Latvia, that proud Latvian symbol on the nation's flag and the nation's race suits. Well, it's not on Edgars Vilkans' race suit because he's got Sodi written on his race suit, but you know, the Latvian national team race suit has got the big Griffin on it, and the Griffin has just swooped in to tame the Lion. Up at the front, Sem Kniopas lead 2.2 seconds. Then the 2 Birrell ARTs. Baumgartner, Team Birrell Art by KSB. The same team for 596 Bendy Szabo. They will work together. No teammates for Edgars Vilkans. Patryk Dorica has now passed Harry Hannum. So the setup on that Jack Dex Racing MS kart is going away. Hannum so strong in the early stages. Now the pressure, I would imagine it's probably tyre pressures that have gone the wrong way. Still 4 minutes to go, but Hannum's lap time, yellow flags waving further down the order. Jules Cousin possibly in trouble. Jordan Kaye has gone out. And a quick word, Hamza Hashisho, who has got the least experience of anybody in the field, Hamza Hashisho, he's here from Qatar. He's only been racing, I think, probably about a year now. He's not going to make the final, but he's there in 32nd position. His best lap, Hamza Hashisho's 54.1, is only, it's 1 second off the fastest lap of the entire race so far. So he's giving away so much experience, is Hamza, but he is battling away gamely, proudly representing Qatar. Dominic Karai the only American driver in the race. He's down in 29th position. The driver based out of Miami, Florida. He's not going to make the main event. We look up further and not many position changes, I have to say. So the drivers that started the race in this event, well, they're not guaranteed a place because you've got the next group of drivers, but Axel Ghost still 17th, Vendelbo has dropped to 16th, Usakovs has dropped to 15th, Imke Arts up to 14th, Nicola Falapi has gained a couple of places as well, and Shenya Hong 12th, he's going to make the main event as well.
Allez, en tête de la course, plus de problème pour Sam Knaupes qui est à quasiment 2 secondes devant le reste du peloton. Baumgartner est en deuxième position, mais derrière c'est très très chaud entre Wilkens, Donica et Sabo. Donica est passé en 4e position tout à l'heure, Wilkens est toujours 3e, mais attention, ce n'est pas fini. Il reste encore un petit peu plus de 2 minutes et 15 secondes à parcourir, plus le tour supplémentaire qu'il faudra bien évidemment rajouter. Donc on peut encore assister à des rebondissements en ce qui concerne les poursuivants du leader, un leader qui est largement et confortablement installé en tête de cette Super 8, et c'est derrière que ça se passe. Voilà, au moment où il passe sur la ligne, Baumgartner en 2e position, Wilkens, Donica et Sabo qui sont roue dans roue et qui vont devoir s'expliquer jusqu'au bout.
Side by side, further back, there's Imke Arts in the orange and blue Team Netherlands race suit. Imke is now into the top, she's the 13th place. She is chasing down the 507 cart of Shenya Hong, that's red and white Birrell. Behind Imke is Rasmus Vendelbo. For the Yandams team, we've got a Yandams cart leading by 1.9 seconds. There's a look from the banking, at the top of the banking rather, as they spread out behind them. Marco Drittenprice is now up to 15th position. The youngster, he lives in Boston, he's from Germany, he's right, and his parents speak Welsh, which is even better. Marco is I think Marco might be racing his way into the main event. He's up into P15, he's gained 6 places. That might be enough, not guaranteed. Let's see what he's very tall is Marco, but he's still very young, very inexperienced, but he's very fast. Is this enough for Drittenprice to qualify for the main event? We've got 30 seconds to go. Sam Canopes just putting on another masterclass.
Allez, il reste moins de 15 secondes maintenant à parcourir. On va donc rentrer dans les 2 derniers tours puisque le temps réglementaire n'est toujours pas écoulé au moment où le leader passe sur la ligne de chronométrage. Et attention parce que derrière, rien n'est fait. On a vu que Donica, qui a signé le record du tour, était très très rapide sur cette fin de course. Il est revenu, il a dépassé Sabo, il a dépassé Wilkens et maintenant il est dans le sillage de Baumgartner. Et ça pourrait bien nous valoir encore pas mal de rebondissements d'ici les 2 derniers tours que nous sommes en train de parcourir. Knaupes, lui, est à l'abri d'une mésaventure. Évidemment, on ne lui souhaite pas un problème mécanique, mais là, il va aller chercher une victoire remportée haut la main. Derrière, attention, Baumgartner, parce que Donica est revenu dans son sillage.
Yeah, Patrick Donica, in the number 582, that KRK Racing driver from Poland. He has woken up and had his Weetabix this morning, gaining 7 places and challenging. Now here's Harry Hannum fighting a rear guard action. You can see how Hannum is struggling, but obviously the team will make adjustments for the main event. Can't give you the starting positions yet. There is Sam Canopes, halfway round the final lap. He has been magnificent. Look at his driving style. He hardly looks like he's turning the wheel. The kart is set up just to his liking. The back end looks planted. The front end turns when he wants it to. And yeah, he's not making any extra effort behind the wheel. That is what you want your go-kart to look like. Casual look over the shoulder, under braking into Virage to Technopark. great close-up view there from our WFR Live TV camera crew as Sam Knopper's cruising home, and I mean cruising, slowing down there at the end to take the win. That's very, very impressive. Now, yes, Baumgartner second, Donica third, Vilkans fourth, Sabo fifth, then Hannum, Bazell, Schneider, Herberts and Ragnar Vieras. Then things get interesting. Marco Drittenprice up 7 positions to 14th place. Is that enough for Drittenprice? Wout Kirstjens up 5 places to 17th. Those are the 2 drivers who have potentially put themselves into the top 36 overall once the next superheat is complete. The drivers that'll be very nervous: Nicola Falappi down to 18th position, Jamie Smith down to 19th, Axel Huss to 20th. They are the drivers on the cusp. Is the live chat not working? Well, I've just seen your message, Esther Lemetink. So I believe it might be. I'm not. Am I getting your messages? Well, I know you're supporting Sam Knoppers. We do have a few other things to look at as well, but we're just making sure that the WFR Live TV team who are looking after the live chat and making sure that the comments are all correct, positive and supportive. This is a global event. We like to call ourselves a family here in Rotax. Now I can see the Portuguese flags waving proudly, and yes, it is working, but here's some highlights for your viewing pleasure. You can see Hannum so quick off the start. Rasmus Vendelbo getting squeezed there, coming out of Pitts Bend. And yes, the Portuguese team in the van are representing. Baptiste Schneider getting elbowed out of the way. Baptiste will eventually finish in 8th position. Here is Patrick Donica. He was on a mission. And this is now Hannum's slide down the order to an eventual P6 finish. Vilkans using the curbs. Luckily that Sodi kart, the French-built chassis, is made of tough stuff. So is Edgar's Vilkans. But the Jack Dex racing kart of Hannum holding off Petter Bazell at the end. So that's one half of the DD2 field complete. Here is the second half. The mechanics have already cleared the grid. It's now down to the drivers. Once again, we'll have maybe a quick chat. There is a view. You can see Eric Chalice. Eric, we have...
Yes. On est aux côtés du kart numéro 525 d'Hugo Dupont, en pleine concentration. Vous le voyez, Hugo qui est prêt à s'élancer. Il y a évidemment beaucoup d'intérêt. Et puis un petit peu plus loin, on a Antoine Barbarou. Alors Hugo, on va voir s'il est OK pour nous répondre 2 petites secondes. Ça va Hugo? Comment ça se présente pour cette super manche?
Bah très bien, on a chuté hier soir, donc cette super manche pour marquer le plus de points possible.
L'idée c'est effectivement d'essayer de conserver les 3-4 premières lignes pour la super finale.
Ouais, oui, ça serait le plus logique, mais on ne sait pas ce qu'il nous réserve.
Allez, bon courage en tout cas, merci. On va essayer rapidement d'aller voir Antoine Barbarou, le numéro 502. Antoine qui est lui aussi en pleine concentration. Antoine, on le disait avec Hugo, cette super manche, elle va être évidemment décisive pour le placement pour la super finale.
Ouais, bon après moi je pars un petit peu loin, donc le but ça va vraiment de remonter le maximum de place pour bien se placer pour la finale. Après on va voir, on va déjà passer le premier virage et puis voilà, on va se concentrer après pour le reste.
Au niveau des conditions, on a vu que les conditions aujourd'hui étaient moins exigeantes qu'hier. Est-ce que ça a changé quelque chose au niveau des réglages du kart?
Non, du tout, du tout.
Ok, bah bonne course alors, bon courage. Et effectivement, on va surveiller ce premier virage.
Thank you, Eric. Whilst we wait, obviously, the first group of drivers are now in the technical area. The technical team here being led by Paul Klassen. And a big hello to Cici in scrutineering as well. You can see Serge, the mobile cameraman there. Serge has got his guns out once again for the karting mums, and he's giving you the images that you're seeing on the dummy grid.
Henry?
Yes, Jen?
Can you see on the second row Will Ellswood?
I can, and I have seen him.
Yes, so I just thought I'd mention Will because he was a little bit of a superstar.
Yes, he is.
In the Rotax E20, which will make an appearance, of course, in Denmark and Sarno the week before the Euro.
Yes, well, I mean,
could we entice him back?
I think we should. Well, last night, whilst I was, how should we say, socialising at the bar in the hotel, I may have given a couple of cheeky predictions to somebody else, including a wild card podium for Will Ellswood. Have I just put the mockers on him? Let's see the starting lineup. Jakob Bazel, Knut Nielsen, row 1. Will Ellswood and Giorgio Amati, row 2. Hugo Dupont and P1 incoming, Ludovic Saboin on row number 3. Then Johnny Bravo, David Mastiakevich and Len Naish, Michael Racina and Antoine Barbarou, followed by Mika van der Pevert and Frederick Zebis. Behind Zebis, Leonardo Baccaglini, Jan Stiak. Okay, here now the drivers that are nervous. Row 8, Max Dexter and William Norbach. Row 9, Louis Tarotin and Gabin Desert. Desert, 36th in points at the moment. He and Tarotin are hanging on. The next 4 drivers, they're the 4 drivers with the best chance of racing their way in. Luca Costa, Nicolas Guillaume, Mats Overhoff and Matthias Najem. They have got to pick up places and hope that drivers just in front of them fall back. Daniel Quintero, Benjamin Unterberger are next. At the back of the field, Ricky van der Straat. I got a feeling for Ricky one time, this will be the last race for Ricky van der Straat in this competition. I don't think he's going to make the main event. We'll see what happens.
Allez, ils sont dans la ligne droite de départ emmenés par Bazel Jacob qui va donner le rythme. La ligne de départ est franchie. Oui, c'est validé par la direction de course avec l'entrée dans le premier virage. Bazel qui se retourne pour voir qui est derrière lui. Et a priori, eh bien, ça serait Giorgio Amati qui était pas mal placé, le pilote italien qui était en deuxième ligne.
A messy start at the back of the field. The leaders, though, all safely through the first 4-5 corners. There's Antoine Barbarou sending it high, wide and handsome. Didn't quite work as they feed their way out of turn number 6 through 7, 8, 9 and 10. Oh, one driver, huge airtime over the curb and bouncing into a Craft Motorsport kart. Wow. The 539 of Jan Stiak. Somebody booked the man an appointment with his chiropractor because he got more air than Michael Jordan.
Allez, très bon départ pour le poleman Jacob Bessel. Will Ellswood est en deuxième position sur la ligne de chronométrage et très bon départ également d'Hugo Dupont, le numéro 525 qui a été pointé en troisième position sur la ligne de chronométrage. Malakiewicz est en quatrième position, Amati cinquième.
Well, Jakob Bazel leading at the moment. That would put Jakob P2. on the grid for the final. There's Johnny Bravo trying to take third place away from Will Ellswood. Johnny Bravo is a nickname for David Masliakevich, who's got a lot of support. Kamil Kaczmarzyk, Kaxper on the live chat. There is Johnny Bravo, matte black crash helmet. If you want to know what Johnny Bravo is, just type in that into Google or another search engine, and you will see the cartoon character who bears a striking resemblance to young David Masliakevich. It was a Craft Motorsport 1-2. It's now a Craft Motorsport 1-3. Hugo Dupont for the the ST Motors team, the other French team with the orange go-karts, is back into P2. Ellswood down to third. Oh, and I gotta say, Hugo Dupont is having a little sniff at the race leader.
Allez, Jacob Bezel qui regarde derrière lui parce que oui, eh bien il y a Hugo Dupont qui est passé en deuxième position, le pilote français qui se fait de plus en plus menaçant sur le leader au moment où ils entrent dans la ligne droite des stands. On va voir ce que ça va donner à l'entrée du premier virage. Bezel qui ferme la porte, Dupont qui cherche, non pour l'instant qui maintient sa position parce que derrière il y a énormément de monde, donc attention à ne pas se rater. Dans ces cas-là ça peut mal tourner, rapidement tourner à l'embrouille comme ici Dupont qui est menacé par Ellswood.
And you see Bezel defending all the way down the main straight. Hugo Dupont, he knew he couldn't just stay to the outside line because he's got Bezel's teammate Ellswood right behind him, and if Dupont went offline to try and pass Bezel, Ellswood would not go with him and he would run the risk of being freight trained back to the tail end of this lead group. Ludovic Saboin for the KR Sport team. I'll remind you that KR Sport, they don't usually run the DD2 class. Archie Walker looking after Ludovic. Ludovic P1 incoming Saborin is there in P5 with Giorgio Amati and Michael Racina, two Italian drivers, making up the rest of the league group. Then it is Barbaru, Zebis and Leonardo Baccaglini. Now we look, well, Knut Nielsen's dropped to 12th, but he is still safely in the main event. Matthias Najem from Lebanon up 9 places to 13th. That could be enough for Matthias. Gabin Desert up from 15th to 13th. That is what he needed to do because he was right on the cusp. Going the other way, Louis Tirotin. As we look, oh, bit of 3-wide action there. Lovely. Over the grass, nearly for Michael Racina. Tirotin was on the brink of making the final, but he's dropped to 20th. He's now dropped down the order. Oh, it's gone wrong. Louis Tirotin. Is that out of the race for Tirotin? No, he's down to 32nd. That's game over as far as making the final goes for Tirotin. And I spoke a bit too early. Ricky one time is flying up the order. He's up 11 places at the moment as Saboin and Amati now battle.
Allez, devant, c'est très chaud et accrochage dans le groupe de tête. Voilà, on n'est pas content là du côté des deux pilotes là qui se sont accrochés. Je le disais, c'est très chaud dans le groupe de tête. On a vu Hugo Dupont qui était prêt à attaquer le leader, mais qui après a dû défendre sa position. Et maintenant, ça s'est un petit peu calmé derrière Hugo Dupont, ce qui fait que les deux hommes de tête, Jacob Bessel et Hugo Dupont, ont pris quelques distances par rapport à leurs poursuivants. Et dans ce groupe de poursuivants, eh bien il y a eu Baccaglini, me semble-t-il, et Frédéric Zebis qui se sont accrochés dans le banking, me semble-t-il, et qui de fait eh bien ont perdu énormément de temps. Ouais, Frédéric Zebis là qui repasse seulement maintenant sur la ligne de chronométrage. En tout cas, c'est très chaud en tête de la course et ça continue parce que Dupont ne lâche rien et il met une pression invraisemblable sur le kart de Jacob Bezel qui doit résister. C'est un petit peu plus clair derrière puisque Ellswood est en 3e position et qu'ensuite il y a environ 1 seconde d'écart avec le 4e qui est donc Sabourine.
Now that incident that we saw up on the banking between Frederick Zebis and Leonardo Baccaglini. You could see how upset Baccaglini was. He is out of the race. He was 27th in points. That could be disastrous for Baccaglini. Zebis was 24th in points. They could have just eliminated themselves from the final. We'll have to wait and see. It's good news. That would be good news for Gabin Desert. Good news for Matthias Negem, who's now up to 9th. Potentially good news for Nicolas Guillaume. Potentially good news for Benjamin Unterberger, who is now up to 17th position. We'll have to wait and see. Jakob Bazel has got his hands full though with Hugo DuPont and Will Ellswood. Michael Racina in P4 has just set the fastest lap of the race, but Ellswood watching his teammate defend the race lead. We've got 3.5 minutes to go.
Allez, ça s'est regroupé en tête de la course parce que évidemment Bezel protège les trajectoires, ferme les portes sur Hugo Dupont et dans ses manœuvres, eh bien, il a permis à son coéquipier Will Ellswood de revenir. Du coup, on n'a plus un duo mais un trio en tête de cette super manche DD2. Les trois pilotes qui vont s'expliquer. Il reste encore un petit peu de temps. Il reste un peu moins maintenant de 3 minutes à parcourir plus le tour supplémentaire. Est-ce que ça permettra Michael Racina, qui vient de signer le meilleur tour en course, et bien de rejoindre ce trio? Ça semble être le cas parce que devant on voit bien que Basil Jacob est en train de défendre plus que de soigner ses trajectoires, et de fait eh bien on va se retrouver certainement avec 4 pilotes pour la victoire.
Mechanical flag for Corentin Franchi. Rear bumper hanging off. He will retire. He wasn't going to make the final anyway. Now we got a 4-kart battle for the lead. Bazel understeering there into turn number 3. So look at the front tyres of Jakob Bazel's kart. He's got a case of push. That means when he turns in, the kart wants to go straight. He's got to be careful on the braking. There he goes. He slows down. He's going to brake earlier for the corner. Coming out of the turns, he's okay. He's just backed DuPont, Ellswood and Racina up into each other. Now maybe Jakob Bazel tries to pull away. Here is the 2nd, 3rd and 4th place karts, the MKC Motorsports machine of Michael Racina. So you can see Bazel looking over his shoulder. Ellswood trying to find a way past DuPont. At the moment, Sem Knoppers would start the final from pole position. Bazel would be 2nd, Baumgartner and Ellswood on row 2, DuPont and Vilkans row 3, Schneider and Herberts would start on row number 4. Matthias Negem is now up to P7. The experienced Lebanese driver, I am sure, has done enough to make it into the final. That is pretty much a certainty as long as he doesn't get any penalties, of course. Nicolas Guillaume up to 12th place. Gabin Desert up to 13th. They are looking good as well. Overhoff and Unterberger, they're also doing everything they can. Max Dexter, meanwhile, is going the other way, the double UAE Rotax Challenge champion. He's dropped to 20th. That could be nervous time approaching for Dexter.
Allez, on a toujours cette bagarre en tête de la course derrière le leader, derrière Basil Jacob qui a repris un petit peu ses distances. Hugo Dupont a laissé passer l'orage. Il a bien défendu sur Will Ellswood, et Will Ellswood qui était un petit peu en train de se chamailler avec Dupont a vu revenir sur ses talons Michael Racina qui lui a fait allez, on avance parce que derrière on a de la marge. Donc maintenant on se concentre sur le pilotage et on verra ce qui va se passer dans les derniers tours, mais ça semble avoir un petit peu calmé les velléités d'Ellswood, qui a compris qu'il fallait mieux d'abord soigner sa position pour ensuite peut-être s'attaquer dans le dernier tour. On va voir ce que ça va donner, parce que dans quelques instants eh bien Basil Jacob va rentrer dans son dernier tour et on verra ce que ça va donner pour les accessites. Mais pour l'instant Hugo Dupont est bien installé en 2e position.
The clock has struck 0. William Norbach who is running in 15th position, just sets the fastest lap of the race. You can see the battle between Ellswood and Racina. Now, Ellswood doesn't necessarily need to stay in front of Racina to retain 4th place on the grid. Racina just almost like looking across saying, what are you doing? And William Ellswood's like, well, I'm defending my position on the penultimate lap of the race, my Italian chum. And Racina is still looking, well, you know, I've got to say, Michael, I know that you're very, very quick. You're probably quick enough, but Ellswood is entitled to defend. We are on the final lap, and this is for 3rd place. And here comes David Masjakajevic. This maybe is what Ellswood wanted. He wanted Racina to get backed up, because now Racina has to worry about defence as well as offence. Out of turn number 6 we go. Jakob Bazel survives the onslaught. He will take the win. Hugo Dupont will take 2nd. Not quite sure who's going to finish 3rd, because now Racina Masjakajevic have been joined by Barbarou and the flying Mateusz Nagem. Into the final couple of corners. It's a win for the Czech Republic. Hugo Dupont P2, Ellswood 3rd, no change of position, and now we watch some of the drivers that are nervous crossing the line. Overhoff, 16th, in fact, well, Overhoff on the last lap drops out. What happened? Oh, there's 2 drivers out of the race up at Virage de Technopark. One of them is Mats Overhoff, and the other, I think, is Mohamed Ben Amour, the Tunisian driver. But that has just probably cost Mats Overhoff, it definitely has cost Overhoff a place in the final. The 2023 Rotax E20 Grand Final champion is out. He had raced his way into the top 36, and 2 corners from home, it goes wrong. Out of the race, out of the final, out of the international trophy. Such is the cruelty sometimes of this sport. But it tells you how competitive this field is. He is a Grand Finals champion, and he will not make the final. Here at the International Trophy, we have got such a competitive field. Here is a quick look at the restart. Juniors are up next. They've got 2 superheats. Then the seniors have their 2 superheats. And let's have a little look now. This is where... Now let's see, who was the one that went vaulting over the barriers? Let's see, there, oh, it's a 5.36. That was Len Naish. Len Naish getting airborne there, like doing a Dukes of Hazzard style jump. The lead battle, well, this is where I thought that Jakob Bazel was in trouble, but he did. Maybe the kart just came on a little bit stronger at the end of the race. It was here that he looked like he had outbraked himself ever so slightly, but then as there he is defending, that's where I thought he was pushing, but then he just backed everybody up into each other. It's a classic tactic in karting. Back your rivals up into each other, they all squabble, you disappear up the road. Now, Amati in 11th. We look at the finish. Well, we already know that I would say Mateusz Nagem definitely into the final. Further back, Gabin Desert. I think Gabin has done enough. Nicolas Guillaume finishes 12th. He should be in the final. Should, depending on post-race penalties. Now the drivers I'm not so sure about. Well, Jade Guria did a very good job. She finishes 16th, but I'm not sure that's going to be enough. Benjamin Unterberger 17th, up 7 places. That might be close, not quite sure. But going the other direction, Max Dexter, he'll be nervous. Mika van der Pavert, also nervous. Lewis Tarotin out. And I would imagine Max Overhot would also be out. Potentially Leonardo Baccaglini missing out as well. Jen Wade, we're back with you on the grid for juniors.
Well, I'm standing right beside Connor Clancy. Of course, Connor from the UAE. I don't want to interfere with his video guy, but quick hello, Connor. I know you've got some friends at home, so we just thought we'd check in, see how things are going. Obviously going okay?
Yeah, it's going really good. Quali wasn't ideal. I qualified, I think, 23rd overall, but I did well in the heats. I won one of the heats, so yeah, I'm starting on the second row now for the super heat.
What about today? A little bit cooler for you, a bit more comfortable?
Yeah, the clouds are covering the sky, so yeah, it's a lot cooler, but I think it should still be okay.
And I'm just wondering, does it matter for you if it rains this afternoon?
Not really, no.
It's good. Anyway, we're going to say good luck. Anyone you want to say hi to quickly?
Anjum.
Thank you. Alrighty, and one more, just a quick hi. Panu, I know there are also some friends at Thailand. So when the mechanics, I don't want to trip anyone over. Okay, Panu, all the way from Thailand. Would you like to say hi to anyone at home?
Hello, supporting me in this race.
Thanks for supporting him. That's my connection. This is always the problem when I've got lots of mechanics with radios. Try one more time. Sorry, Panu. So a hi to your friends at home.
Friends and family at home, and thank you for watching.
Thanks for watching. We're going to say good luck. Well done. In a good position, Henry. 4th row. Fantastic. Pole position, Martin Roivers. Front row. You're more nervous, I think, than your son is. But a really good achievement.
Allez, on est parti pour ce tour de formation avec cette catégorie junior. C'est la première des 2 manches de cette catégorie junior. On le sait, au terme de ces 2 super manches, eh bien, il y aura la moitié du plateau qui restera en tant que spectateur et l'autre moitié qui filera directement en finale. Donc évidemment que ça a tout un intérêt particulier et qu'il y a beaucoup d'enjeux dans cette première manche catégorie junior, avec Jérémy Revers qui va s'élancer depuis la pole position avec Kobakidze à ses côtés.
Once again, 72 juniors. That'll be down to 36 at the end of these next 2 races. Roivers and Kobakidze, row number 1. Clancy and Ashcroft, row 2. Archie Lovett and Albie Lapper, row 3. Nanny Babs watching from Asoggy Bromley. Don't know about Asoggy Bromley's, Babs. Just keep cheering and smiling. Panustine Monkong and Sebastian Lusch are next. Lenny Robilo Lagash and Boris Verhaga on row 10. Now, we'll skip down the order a little bit. So, Albert Friend and Hugh Pecchion. Friend, a double international trophy champion. He and the driver from Guadeloupe are on the bubble. Vince van der Halen and Kevin Pollack, Savali Kogai and Nathan Laquiro are the next drivers trying to fight their way in to the main event, and we are off and racing. Roivers for the Kart Centre Campinos team leads them through turn number 1, and in the middle of the pack there's issues. That is the number 253 of Harry Taylor, who was only on row 8. That could be disaster for Taylor, but both he and the number 291 kart, the 297 kart of Pecchion get going. So already 2 drivers who were in danger of missing out on the final unless they had a good result here are at the back of the field as Roivers leads Kobakidze and Ashcroft.
Allez, Roivers qui s'est démené pour garder son leadership avec Kobakidze qui est derrière, qui tente de l'attaquer à chaque virage et qui pour l'instant échoue. Il reste en deuxième position, mais c'est très très chaud dans ce premier tour avec le passage sur la ligne. Voilà, Kobakidze qui a finalement trouvé l'ouverture dans le dernier virage sur Roivers, et Ashcroft également en a profité pour passer. On termine ce premier virage avec Kobakidze et Ashcroft toujours en deuxième position.
And you can see, Roivers back the third. Archie Lovett was trying to make a move, and now Lovett gets squeezed wide. That's two of his teammates. Look at the three Sam Pollitt racing carts, nose to tail. That would be Connor Clancy and Sebastian Louche. Now coming up 2 positions, Clancy in the 294 cart, moving into what I believe is 5th position. Albie Lapper, well placed in 4th for Strawberry Racing. It's a Dan Holland 1-2. Now, Kobakidze, Georgia's first karting superstar, has got the world #1, Jacob Ashcroft, breathing down his neck. Ashcroft pushes Kobakidze away. Kobakidze does not defend. Roivers and Lapper side by side. Lapper gets squeezed a bit wide, and Clancy picks up 5th position. Lapper's on the anchors, just saves it. But now the number 236 of Sebastian Louche goes through. Lapper now defending from Archie Lovett. Panustin Monkong is behind. Meanwhile, good teamwork from Ashcroft and Kobakidze, but don't count out Jeremy Roivers, the Spanish driver, closing back in on the 2 leaders.
Allez, on va boucler un nouveau tour avec toujours Kobakidze aux commandes, avec Ashcroft dans son sillage. Mais attention au pilote espagnol Jeremy Roivers qui est en train de revenir, de faire la jonction sur les 2 coéquipiers, et Ashcroft qui prend les commandes au terme de ce premier virage dans le 4e tour. On entame le 4e tour de course et Ashcroft qui prend les commandes devant Kobakidze, et Roivers, Clancy est 4e, Lush est 5e.
Well, Ashcroft takes the lead, probably sensing the danger posed by the driver in the black and red race suit, who is now past Kobakidze into P2. Ashcroft was like, sorry Mate, I pushed you away a little bit, but it's not working. Man's got to go, and Man has gone. Man is leading. Now, I live in South Wales, overlooking the Bristol Channel. Just across the Bristol Channel, which is an 11-mile stretch of water, is Weston-super-Mare, where Ashcroft is from. There's a big pier at Weston-super-Mare, and I would imagine it's absolutely bouncing at the moment as Ashcroft leads, Roivers second. Watch out for the 2 Sam Pollitt racing carts. In 3rd and 4th, Clancy and Louche. Lovett and Albie Friend up to 7th place. So Albie Friend, who's had an up and down week so far, doing what he needs to do to secure a place in the final. Now he's got to try and keep it clean. Behind him is Albie Lapper, Vilmos Willisits, Lenny Robilulagash are next. Antoine Grisel from 23rd on the grid is up into 12th position. Could Antoine Grisel make his way into the top 36? Vince van der Halen and Adrian Canal also picking up lots of places. Sam Mott up 10 places to 20th. Sam Mott is the privateer driver, the only privateer I believe in this field, and he had his engine stolen from the paddock, yet he is driving the wheels off that privateer driver. Rain Racing Engines gave Sam Mott 2 motors to come here. Rain Engines, the Welsh engine builders, one of them is now in the hands of someone it shouldn't be, the other one is in the hands of a very, very capable young driver. And this week marks 30 years, almost to the week, that Sam's dad first came to Le Mans as a mechanic for the Le Mans 24 Hours. And Mott, he won't make the final, but he's giving it a damn good go here on his one remaining engine.
Ashcroft, à 5 minutes maintenant du terme du temps réglementaire, vient de boucler un nouveau tour en tête, et derrière, eh bien, on a toujours Jeremy Rivers opposé à Kobikidze pour le gain de la deuxième position, et c'est Lenny Robillot Lagache qui vient de signer le meilleur temps, le français qui est actuellement en 9e position, qui vient de signer un 55-359, et à force de repousser les attaques de Kobikidze, eh bien, Rivers a permis à Clancy et Lush de venir se joindre au duo qui se disputait la deuxième et la troisième position. Et là maintenant on va avoir un match à 3 ou 4 pour les places d'honneur.
4.5 minutes to go. Harry Taylor recovering well, back up to 21st position. He needs to make a few more places up to be certain of a place in the final. I would have to say, Albie Lapper and Sam Mott back to 24th. Albie Lapper, has he just gone missing? Why has Albie gone off our timing screens? He's down to 34th. Now, that's not disaster. Well, it is, because he was up in the top 6 on the grid. He's still going to make the final, but he's going to be out of position. Also in trouble, Hughes Pecchion, Guadeloupe, almost, well, at the start of the day, Guadeloupe had a driver in the final. Pecchion down to 25th, that might not be good enough. Mott back to 24th, that's still a gain of 6 places. And Taylor now up to 19th. Maxim Kerwin, the only Kiwi in the field from New Zealand, he's 16th and battling for a place. But look at this on our screens at the moment. It is Mate Kobikidze and a trio of Sam Pollitt karts.
Ouais, Kobikidze qui a repris la 3e position à Clancy parce qu'en fait il s'est fait pousser par Sébastien Lutsch au freinage du virage numéro 1 et par ricochet, eh bien, il a également poussé Clancy qui a dû écarter la trajectoire, ce qui a permis à Kobikidze, eh bien, de reprendre de façon éphémère parce qu'il est attaqué là dans le banking et il a été largement écarté de la trajectoire idéale, ce qui fait que, eh bien, on a eu un petit retour de manivelle. Oh là, ça joue du pare-choc là au freinage de la ligne droite, et c'est un petit peu le chaos dans le groupe de chasse, et on est en train de se désorganiser et perdre le contact puisque Clancy maintenant est détaché en 3e position. Il a quasiment 1 seconde d'avance sur le groupe de ses poursuivants.
Saw there some frantic battling. Sebastian Lusch making a big dive onto the banking to try and pass Mate Kobikidze. Then there was a little bit of argy-bargy between Kobikidze, Lusch, Lovett and Clancy. Clancy has escaped into 3rd position. The 2 leaders are nose to tail. Roivers would have pole position for the final. Ashcroft currently 2nd in points, but obviously we've still got half the juniors to go. Albie Friend in 7th place now just wants to try and avoid the chaos going on between Kobikidze and the Sam Pollitt Racing trio. Padustin Monkong, Vince van der Hallen, the number 228 kart, the Bouvan power driver, van der Hallen up into 8th place. That should get van der Hallen into the top 36. He was out of the top 36 at the start of this event. He's now in. Meanwhile, Harry Taylor is 16th. That's going to be tight for Taylor. Should, and I say should, be enough, but not guarantee. It's going to be a nervous wait for Harry and Dave Wooder, his coach, and the rest of the Harry Taylor team. Meanwhile, Sam Mott is back on the move, up to P8 on his one remaining engine. Well, at least the fuel consumption on the way back to Chepstow is going to be better for Sam Mott's dad, because there's not quite as much weight with one engine missing in the kart. That's not quite a silver lining, but this drive for Sam is a silver lining. We do hope somehow Sam gets an engine back from the Rotax world.
Allez, il reste 2 tours. Ce sont les 2 derniers tours pour Jacob Ashcroft qui a vu revenir sur ses talons Jeremy Rivers qui est en train de lui mettre la pression. Pour l'instant, il attend, il n'attaque pas le pilote espagnol, il reste dans le sillage du Britannique. Est-ce qu'il va tenter le tout pour le tout, sachant que au niveau du pointage intermédiaire, au niveau des points, eh bien l'Espagnol s'adjuge pour l'instant la pole position avec cette deuxième place dans cette super manche. Va-t-il pour l'honneur essayer d'aller chercher Ashcroft? Pour l'instant, Ashcroft fait ce qu'il faut pour garder le leadership et l'on rentre maintenant pour les 2 hommes de tête dans le dernier tour. Et ils ont quasiment 3 secondes d'avance, un petit peu moins, sur les poursuivants emmenés par Connor Clancy.
And you could see Jeremy Rivers giving Jacob Ashcroft the signal, no, go, push. Rivers knows there's a bigger prize at stake. He's ahead of Ashcroft in points. No matter how these two finish, Rivers will be in front of Ashcroft on the grid for the final. Smart driving. The HRS, the Horner Racing Services engine powering the car of Rivers, showing very, very good waft indeed. There's a big gap back to third, but Jacob Ashcroft underlying his status as the reigning Grand Finals junior champion takes the win. Thumbs up from Rivers. Who's going to take third? Clancy from Levitt, Kobakidze, Albert Friend, and what a drive from Vince van der Halen, the Belgian Mouvan Power entry. Races his way into the final, out at the top 36 at the start of this race, well inside it come the end. Lush, Steen Monkong and Owen Baroni, the rest of the top 10. Lars Lambers, Boris Verhagen, Maxim Kerwin and Theo Polakand, they're all safe. Vilmos Villasits, Harry Taylor 16th, that's going to be very tight. Should be enough. Robbie Lulagash also on the cusp, I would say. Then we have Nathan Laquiro, Gabriel Bonecci. I don't think those results are going to be enough. Kevin Pollack, 20th. Hugh Pecchion, 21st. He was 35th in points coming into this race, and he drops 3 places. Oh, Guadeloupe, if you're watching and listening, I know it's 6 hours behind, so it's the middle of the night over in Guadeloupe, but keep your fingers crossed. Albie Lapper, 26th, he'll still be there. Sam Mott, 25th. Mitanch Shaheen, 27th. We bid goodbye to Mitanch and Sam, but like I said, hopefully after cruel theft of your engine that someone fortune smiles on the only privateer in the junior class with the 6x4 easy up awning that sadly was robbed on Friday. We look back at some of the highlights. Antoine Grissel out of the race. He was doing so well. Savelli Kogai down in 33rd. Kogai will not make the final. Bulgaria's Gabriel Alexandrov will not make the final. It is cruel game sometimes. This was the battle between Kobakidze and the rest, but Ashcroft controlling things as they crossed the line. And now for some of these drivers, they will be crossing their fingers, their toes and everything else, because the second group of juniors are up next, and down on the dummy grid, Jen Wade is waiting to speak to some of the contenders. Take it away, Jen.
Well, I've stumbled upon Boas Maximov. How are you, Boas?
Yeah, I'm good.
You're good. Now, I know you guys are already in the car getting focused. How's your weekend been for anyone that's not been watching until now?
It's not bad. Speed is good, so yeah.
Okay, now I know you were the first Minimax champion in Europe. some years ago. How old are you now, Boaz?
I'm on 5th in a championship, so yeah.
Okay, so on here, lining up for superheat, what are you thinking? What do you need? Do you need points, or you just need to stay here, get a good position?
Just be safe and try to win.
Yeah. Okay, so be safe, stay there, and obviously want a good place for the final. Okay, we're going to say good luck. One of our Dutch drivers. Alrighty, Gabrielle.
Jen, I would just say on the third row you've got Eva Morris from Dunkeswell to Le Mans. She was the fastest driver in qualifying.
Yes.
You've got Gabrielle Canal there, the McDonald's sponsored driver. But yeah, let's have a look. Are we going to have a French or an English interview with Gabrielle?
Yes, perfect. No, he's French, but he speaks English. He's the race driver. Of course. How are you?
I'm fine.
He's fine. Okay. What's it like to be racing at home against all these international drivers?
Yeah, that's amazing to be here, and I just want to take the good choice in the race.
I think it's fantastic. Lots of French drivers, but you're out here on the second row, so you've done a great job. Anyone you want to say hi to?
Yeah, my family.
Hi to his family. Thank you so much. Good luck, Gab. Alrighty, quick say hi to Eva, our pole sitter from qualifying. We're not going to leave that one down, are we? You got the trophy. Are you?
Yeah, doing good, getting ready for the race.
Yep. How has it been? I mean, yesterday the racing was a little bit difficult. It was really hot, but you're still here, third row in the superheat. So you must be feeling quite good. Are you nervous?
A little bit, but I think everyone is.
Yeah. You're okay. And all the boys looking over going, how is she so fast? So have you got something special to pull out today for the final, you think?
Hopefully.
We'll be watching, all the girls at home watching, lots of girls watching and boys, wishing you all the best, and everyone at home. Anyone you want to say hi to?
Yeah, all my family that are watching.
Yeah. Wave. Good luck, Eva. Alrighty, we get off the grid so we don't get run over.
Yeah, Jen,
yes.
The performance of Eva Morris, as well as Ava Lawrence, Imke Arts, and Maria Roberto, it's highlighted.
And Lizzie Mentier.
And Lizzie Mentier. It's highlighted something, an unfortunate issue. Now, of course, you know, the vast majority of drivers respect everybody, but each of those young ladies have told me that there are at least 2 or 3 drivers they race against all year, and in some cases entire teams, that are starting to deliberately target some of the girls that are very quick, and it's become a little bit of a worry because obviously these are very fast machines. The vast majority of the boys that race against them are fine, but there are 1 or 2 that are becoming a little bit of a problem in terms of, they treat the girls differently. We can't have that, can we?
No, we can't. And the girls don't think about the fact that they're girls.
No,
they're just race drivers.
Exactly. The girls don't think about it.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, not a very small minority. It is a tiny minority, but until it's nothing, then we have to, highlight it that some of the fast girls are being targeted by 1 or 2 people that have their egos put in check.
Welcome to the real world.
Okay, Eric, here we go. The last of the superheats in juniors. Harry Freeman and Kai Clark, Boaz Maximov, Gabriel Canal, Dragos Avasulkute and Eva Morris, your top 6. The drivers on the bubble, Charlie King, Via Chopra, they're the last 2 currently in the final. Alexander Rakovsky, Yanis Courage, Matisse Ouad and Theo Battisti, the first 4 drivers out of the final.
Allez, ça accélère et ça va certainement être validé ce départ. Oui, c'est le cas avec Freeman qui est... Oula, attention, il y a eu un contact entre les 2 pilotes et Freeman qui s'est fait bousculer par Clark Kai et pas sûr... Oula, alors que derrière, là, ça part au large pour de nombreux pilotes et Clark Kai qui a pris les commandes. Ça a été un petit peu mouvementé ce premier passage dans le virage numéro 1. Clark Kai qui a pris les devants et je crois que Gabriel Canal a réussi à prendre la 3e position alors qu'ici on a un kart qui est arrêté. C'est celui de Chopra, Veer Chopra, qui malheureusement doit en rester là.
Unfortunately, what's that coming over the hill? It's not Veer Chopra. He's out of the race, and with that, he was 36th in points. He will not make the final. Oh, devastation for Veer Chopra. Also held up in that battle was Alex Rakowski, so that's the worst possible moment. As Kai Clark takes the race lead from Boaz Maximov. Also involved, Alex Rakowski. Yanis Courage was also delayed as well, so that's going to be tough for the son of the legendary Yves Courage to make the main event. Ethan Griffiths, the only Welsh driver in the field, he's made a good start. He's up to 13th as we look at the lead battle.
Clark Hay qui est le leader, mais qui défend de façon très agressive, hein. Il change énormément de ligne, il n'hésite pas à aller au contact, et malheureusement en se comportant ainsi, eh bien, il a permis aux autres pilotes de revenir, alors qu'il y avait une scission d'effectuer sur le reste du peloton. Et pour l'instant, si eh bien, Maximov ne passe pas, en tout cas Clark Hay tout à l'heure lui a fait comprendre qu'il n'avait pas l'intention de lui céder les commandes de cette super manche aussi facilement que prévu. Mais vous le voyez encore une fois, là ça joue un petit peu des trajectoires, ça joue des coups de volant, et Clark Hay là qui défend et qui perd du temps plus qu'autre chose, et qui permet un regroupement aux avant-postes de la course.
Kai Clark and Boaz Maximov getting a warning flag. Now, why is Kai Clark defending so vigorously early on? Well, it's because if he wins this race, he starts second on the grid for the main event, with Ashcroft third and Maximov fourth. If Maximov gets past Kai Clark, then Maximov could possibly replace Kai on the front row. So Kai needs a big group of drivers behind him. He's got that group. Now maybe he'll pull away, heading down into turn number 1. Third is Freeman. Gabriel Canal, the McDonald's sponsored driver, is in P4. Louis Ratcliffe 5th. Justin Mulder is 6th. Eva Morris 7th. Will Archer 8th. 9th is Rayan Gandour, the driver who won the Batak Challenge in the 321 performance truck. Ethan Griffiths, Dragos Afasolkute, Bran van der Veken are next, Alex Rakowski, JJ Ambrose and Eason Tang in the top 15. Leonie Herr making a bid for a final. We got a change for the lead.
Not yet. Maximov qui a tenté le freinage, et Clark Hay qui a réussi à prendre la meilleure trajectoire. Maximov qui était un petit peu large, qui a ouvert en grand la porte, et qui du coup s'est fait de nouveau contrer par Clyde Clark. Et après ce premier avertissement de la part de la direction de course, il semble que l'intensité soit un petit peu retombée entre les deux pilotes qui ouvrent cette super manche. Alors attention, derrière il y a Freeman qui est en train de revenir, et Gabriel Canal qui n'est pas très loin non plus. Freeman qui pourrait aller inquiéter Maximov dans quelques instants.
Well, yeah, Maximov, max attack into the virage to Technopark, but now he's dropped back to third. Nope, he hasn't. Freeman made a move going on to the banking. Maximov fights back. Watch for Gabriel Canal. Oh, side by side, Canal losing out to Louis Ratcliffe. Oh, Canal goes for a spin, and that's the 261 of Will Archer that has been involved as well. Oh, and now they're piling into each other. That is Archie Rogers Tyler. He's one of the youngest drivers in the junior class. He only turned 12 about 10 days ago. This is really shuffling up the middle order. Leonie Herr and Sebastian Clark are two drivers having a storming run. There's another collision out by the Virage du Technopark. It's getting a bit messy, Eric. It is getting a bit messy. This is helping Canal down to 19th. Let's have a look. Jan van Doo maybe making his way at the final. Theo Battisti, he's having a good run. He is picking up places. Could Battisti make the main event? Jensen Chalk is going the other way. The 2023 Micromax Grand Finals champion. Chalk is in danger of missing out as well. So is Will Archer. So is Yanis Courage. They've all had problems. Charlie King now dropping down the order. He was 33rd in points. He's 33rd and in with having a problem, down and out of the race. Oh, this is good news for some, bad news for other, but we got a good scrap up at the front.
Clark Kay qui est maintenant toujours solidement attaché aux commandes de cette super manche et qui a dans son sillage toujours Freeman qui n'est pas très loin, le numéro 278, et Maximov qui se tient toujours en 3e position. C'est vrai que ce groupe de chasse a explosé lors du dernier passage dans ce dernier virage, avec notamment Gabriel Canal qui est parti à la faute suite à un contact avec un autre pilote. Ça a un petit peu dynamité le groupe de tête, et maintenant on se retrouve avec 4 pilotes qui vont se disputer la victoire. Il reste un tout petit peu plus de 4 minutes et un tour.
And there, Kai Clark now defending from his own teammate Harry Freeman. Why is he doing that? Because if Freeman passes Clark, that would put Freeman on the front row of the grid for the final, and it would put Clark back on row number 2 alongside Ashcroft. Freeman having a look at the high side. Freeman goes to the crossover on the banking. 3rd is Maximov. Maximov would currently start 6th in the final if things stay as they were, but I very much doubt that's going to happen. And look at Rayan Gander. We have got 3 KR Sport Karts in the top 5. There's Eva Morris. Make that 4 KR Sport wagons in the top 6. Well, if they don't wipe each other out, Freeman takes the lead. Clark, the kart doesn't look as happy as it did yesterday. Now he comes back, and we have got 7 drivers, in fact now make that 8 drivers, make that 9 drivers, all within 2 seconds of the race lead. Justa Mulder at the back of this group. Great stuff at the front. Not great for the mechanics and the team bosses, who are busy whittling their fingernails down to the bone.
Allez, Clark Kay qui est toujours aux commandes, mais c'est désormais Maximov qui est en 2e position. Freeman est 3e. Ça va être encore très tendu là ces derniers tours. Clark Kay qui mène les débats, mais ça va être très chaud. Attention à Maximov et Eva Morris qui essaye de prendre les devants. Alors qu'est-ce que ça donne sur la ligne de chronométrage? C'est Kai Gandour finalement, Morris, Freeman, Radcliffe, Mudler, Maximov. Ça a pas mal bougé là dans ce dernier passage sur la ligne de chronométrage, avec Chandour qui revient aux avant-postes, le numéro 203 que l'on n'avait pas vu revenir entre guillemets, et qui est là en train de faire une sacrée performance. Et Eva Morris la numéro 232 en 3e position.
That almost got very serious between Freeman and Maximov coming out of the final corner. Luckily both drivers saved it, caused a bit of a backlog, and it does mean that you can see now Kai Clark and Rayan Gander are clear. Eva Morris was able to thread her way through that, and she is now running in 3rd place, getting help from behind from Justa Mulder. Justa Mulder to the inside. Mulder for the Brand Racing team now takes P3. Morris slots back into P4. Then it is Louis Ratcliffe and Harry Freeman and Boaz Maximov. And look at the number 271 of Alex Rakowski. Rakowski now for the KRK Racing team. He picks up a place. Behind Rakowski is Brand van der Weken, and Wales' Ethan Griffiths in the top 10. Avisil Kute is next, and behind Avisil Kute we have Eason Seng, JJ Ambrose. JJ Ambrose from Singapore. He could be racing his way in to the main event. He's made a great start. He's still picking up position. So has Leonie here. Going the other way, Sebastian Clark up 16 places. Well done, Sebastian Clark. Where did he start? Well, he started out. He started 31st. I don't think he's going to make the main event. Oh, they're still at it up at the front. This one's not over yet. 20 seconds to go. Justa Mulder for the Netherlands and the Brand Racing team. Don't count out the Dutchman. And look at Eva Morris. She is there in 4th as well, Eric.
Ouais, Kyle Clark qui est toujours à l'attaque et à la défense pour contenir les assauts de Gandour, mais c'est allez, en tout cas, c'est pas très très propre, on va dire ça comme ça, de la part du leader qui passe plus de temps à se retourner qu'à piloter. Et derrière, évidemment, on se regroupe, on essaye de faire revenir les poursuivants pour ensuite eh bien, inquiéter son adversaire direct. Mais Kyle Clark, là, il est en train de jouer un peu avec les limites, mais pour l'instant, ça passe. Gandour est 3e. Non, il va peut-être être contraint de céder sa 2e position à Mulder. Non, finalement, reste 3e.
Oh, Justa Mulder having a little look at the inside of Rayan Gander going through turn number 1. This has given Kyle Clark finally some breathing space halfway round the final lap. P2 though could go any one of about 8 ways. Gander has it. Mulder, Morris, Radcliffe, Maximov, Freeman, Van der Weyken, Griffiths and Rakowski all want it down the back straight. Kyle Clark is going to take the win, and with it, a front row start for the final. Out of the final corner, Clark wins. Gandour is 2nd, Mulder 3rd, Morris 4th, then Ratcliffe, Freeman, Maximov, Van der Weyken and Griffiths, with Rakowski in the top 10 as well. Let's look down. Jamie Ambrose. Is 12th place good enough for JJ? Possibly, probably, but not definitely. Gabriel Canal recovers to 14th. He'll still be in the final, but not as far up. Now, what about Leonie Herr? Up to 15th from 25th. Oh, it's going to be close. It's going to be close. Going the other way. Jensen Chalk, Will Archer and Luan Seidel all starting inside the top 36 in points today, finishing 21st, 22nd and 23rd. That might mean heartbreak. Yanis Courage and Charlie King retiring. Charlie King, I think that is, well, the two drivers, King and Chopra and Courage, out of contention. They won't make the final. King and Chopra were in the final before this race, but you will see very shortly that via Chopra's race coming to an end right about there, and he takes a go-kart to the shoulder, and hopefully he is okay. It's one of those races, exciting and frustrating to watch, but obviously, you know, if Kyle Clark's kart was 100% right, he wouldn't have had to defend. He was defending because he's trying to start from the front row of the grid for the main event. Speaking of the main event, as you look at the highlights, provisionally, Jeremy Roivers will start from pole position. That was the departure of Will Archer. Maybe game over for Archer. And it was getting messy as Archie Rogers-Tyler there with the Nigel Mansell crash helmet running off track in avoidance of a collision in front of him. Front row, provisionally, will be Roivers and Kyle Clark. So, Clark doing what he had to do, and it worked. Then it's Ashcroft and Clancy will start from row 2. Kopakidze and Freeman on row 3, and Mulder and Morris on row number 4. That is provisionally your top 8 starting positions. However, there are a good, I would say, if the main event plays out like this race did, if you're starting anywhere in the top 12, you can win the junior final, maybe even a little bit further back. But because in the finals, it's first past the post. No points, one race, one trophy, one ticket to Bahrain. Simple. If only life was that simple. Josta Mulder, really smart drive. Just picking people off one by one and ending up in third position. Oh. Well, there are 2 superheats to go. Seniors began the week with 108 drivers. Only 72 have made it this far. So at the end of the day yesterday, we already have bid farewell to 36 drivers. That 72 will now become 36 again after these next 2 races. Jen, I imagine the tension is palpable.
A little bit of tension, but this is what they're living for, Henry. And of course Simon, who took pole position. I guess it's all coming down to today, but you've done a brilliant job. Anyone you'd like to say hi to, and then I leave you alone because we spoke a few times?
I'd like to say hi to my parents and to the team also.
Yeah. Well done, Simon. A quick chat, Henry and Eric, with Lewis Gilbert. Because Lewis was fast.
He passed over 100 people during the course of the heats, did the time in the Dalry.
So, Lewis, we just want to say a quick hi because I know you've got lots of people supporting you. Had a little bit of a tough weekend, but many overtaking opportunities and you took them.
Yeah, you know, it's not been these past 2 days for us. Mistake in qualifying, but you know we're here now, and there's still a lot left to do. So we just have to stay calm and just get on with the job.
Stay calm and get on with the job. But it was a little bit of a masterclass between yourself, Sean Butcher, and a few other drivers. For anyone watching yesterday during the heats. Now, at this point, what do you need to do?
Just keep doing what I'm doing. Obviously what we've done in the heats has brought us up so far, so if I just keep going the way we are, then hopefully we can find our way to the front.
Okay, well, for anyone that doesn't understand, he's going to be making his way to the front and keep doing what he's doing. Alrighty, we're going to leave the grid and wish you all the best. We look forward to some great racing here, first of the super heats in seniors. Alrighty, so as you said, Henry, this is it. We're down to 72 and we want to finish with 36. So if it's anything like the juniors, I've almost got no nails left. But no, really good and great to see the, I mean, honestly, the depth of this class, and many of the drivers are young, but of course towards the front we've also got, well, we got Matty Higgins on the front row as well, who's also racing cars. But behind him, some of the, I guess, Macaulay Bishop and Tino Sidler, 2 of the young stars in the senior class. But it's going to be good. Don't discount our French drivers as well, who are actually quite familiar with this circuit. Noah Janssen also on the 3rd row, one of our German drivers, mixing it up a little bit there.
There is a look of focus. 342, Simon Perigny. A quick announcement for the paddock. If anyone has come across Gustav Usakov's electric scooter, please return it to him, because he's got to walk now and he's not happy about it. Right,
I think you've got a collection of electric scooters now that you've
yes, okay, well, once again, now, Charles Darwin said survival of the fittest. Well, this is what's going to happen on track, but also there is, you know, the idiots amongst us will eventually be deleted from the live chat once again. Bye, Stuart. Here we go with the start. Simon Perigny, Matthew Higgins on row 1, Macaulay Bishop and Tino Sidler on row 2. Lloyd Hare and Noah Janssen on row 3, Lewis Gilbert and William Antrobus on row 4, Lizzie May Mentier and Oscar Guccio on row number 5. Now we go down the order. So, row 8, George Nassar and Alexander Lemaire, Rain Bourguignon and Lucas Schlegel on row 9. They're the last 4 drivers in the final at the moment. Out at the final, trying to race their way in, you have Roman Saleh, Flynn Fitters, Hugo Lacroix, Ruben Verheyen, and then Jan Pinto and Ollie Wise. Jan Pinto had made over 70 passes. Now, where is Lorenzo Giaquinto? He's down on my sheet as not having come out, so that could be one more driver who was in the main event, now out. Hopefully, is it a timing glitch or is he not out there? The number 394 MKC Motorsport kart. Giaquinto, I'm looking. I do see an MKC kart out there. Maybe it's a transponder issue. We will have to wait and see. Right, France, the Le Hook Racing Team. Simon Perigny has got a horde of DHR karts breathing down his Gregory Peck.
Allez, Simon Perigny qui rentre dans la ligne droite de départ et c'est validé, un départ qui est validé. Simon Perigny, le français à l'intérieur pour rentrer dans le virage numéro 1. Et attention parce que derrière c'est très disputé avec Bishop notamment qui est peut-être en train de prendre la deuxième position. Le 368, oui, c'est Macaulay Bishop qui est passé deuxième et qui a pris le meilleur sur Matthew Higgins. Simon Perigny est aux commandes de cette première super manche senior.
Oh, and at the back of the field, Hamza Al-Fayez is sent for a ride, the driver from Jordan. That will probably be it as far as Hamza's chances are of making the final. Out on the banking, we've got a great battle. New leader.
Ouais, changement de leader en tête avec évidemment cette attaque sur Simon Perigny qui a perdu 3 positions là avec, on va le savoir dans quelques instants, et bien l'homme qui va boucler le premier tour en tête. Il s'agit de Macaulay Bishop qui passe en tête devant Matthew Higgins, Lloyd Hare et Simon Perigny est donc 4e.
Yeah, Bishop leads Higgins and Hare. This has been a stand-out performance this week from Lloyd Hare. The least experienced front runner in the senior class for the Dan Holland Racing Team, I have to say. He has driven very, very quickly and been very, very smart. He has just known, and there is a rear bumper issue there. Well, not an issue, but I mean, it's bent up a little bit for the 350 of, let me see, that would be Lizzie May Mentier. It's not fouling the rear wheel yet, but that's going to make for some nervous moments for Lizzie May, and Perigny under pressure. Look for the 341 of Hare. Here comes Lewis Gilbert, the Diamond of Dalray, shining once again.
Bishop qui repasse devant Higgins et Simon Périni qui a repris une position. C'est chaud pour Simon Périni. Il est vraiment sous la menace de Lloyd Hare qui est en 4e position. Et attention parce que derrière il y a aussi Lewis Gilbert qui est vraiment très fort également. Attention, attention, le Français qui doit évidemment essayer de s'extraire de cette pression de Lloyd Hare pour ensuite tenter de revenir sur le duo qui s'est échappé en tête de la course, à savoir Michael Bishops et Matthew Higgins qui sont déjà un peu loin devant, pourrait-on dire. Il y a quasiment 1 seconde d'écart entre les deux hommes de tête et Simon Périni.
Perigny has to maintain composure now. The lone Frenchman surrounded by British drivers. Noah Janssen there for the 3G team. The German driver in the Tony Kart with the pink and black colours on it. But up at the front, Bishop and Higgins have pulled away. Now this result would put Matt Higgins back in front of Simon Perigny in the point standings, but it would be very, very close indeed. If Perigny, well, he's 3rd at the moment, he would be on 307 points, Higgins on 310. Now Lorenzo Giacinto is out there, but his transponder is not working. There's a move from Lewis Gilbert on Sidler, I think, for 4th place. Or was that Lloyd Hare? It was Lloyd Hare. Watch for Tino Sidler, the Swiss driver. He was incredible on Thursday. Had a bit of bad luck in his last heat yesterday, but he's possibly one of the quickest drivers here. As Higgins said to Macaulay Bishop, right, go, go, go. Let's not fight, let's clear off.
Allez, Bishop Higgins qui roule de concert bien évidemment et Simon Périni toujours 3e. Et attention parce que Lewis Gilbert vient de passer en 4e position. Il a pris le meilleur sur Lloyd Hare et là il se fait très menaçant sur le Français, on l'a dit. Gilbert qui est quand même très très rapide. Il l'a démontré hier lors des manches qualificatives. Pour Simon Périni ça va être compliqué. Et attaque de Gilbert au bout de la rectiligne et c'est passé pour le pilote britannique sur le Français. Maintenant il faut peut-être pas répliquer tout de suite pour le Français, tenter de continuer de creuser l'écart parce que derrière il y a quand même un paquet de furieux qui essayent de revenir, emmenés par Lloyd Hare notamment.
Now, as we watch the lead battle, or the lead pair, let's have a look at the drivers fighting just for a place in the main event. Rayan Bourguignon doing well. He is up into P12. That should be good enough if he stays where he is. Lorenzo Giacinto, 13th place. That should be good enough. Manolo Sondin up from 25th to 15th. Oh, he was a little bit far back at the start, but if he could gain another half a dozen places, that would make it interesting. George Nassar, 16th. He's going to be on the cusp. Luca Schlegel, 17th. He is going to be there or thereabouts. Matthew Daverne slipping back to 18th place. Has he got enough of a points buffer to keep him in the top 36? Possibly right at the moment, but he doesn't want to lose any more places. And then we have the drivers who have had issues already, and Hamza Al-Fayez out of the race. He will not make it to the main event. Ruben Verheyen, he was 22nd on the grid, he's down to 33rd. And Alexander Lemar, they are both out of contention now. Kai Veach, VTEC, Verstappen himself is only 29th. It's not going well for him as we've got a battle up at the front. Sorry, Eric.
Ouais, ça bouge en haut de la hiérarchie parce que les deux hommes de tête Bishop et Higgins qui étaient détachés eh bien, ont été rattrapés et il y a du changement puisque c'est désormais Bishop, Gilbert, Perigny, Hare et Higgins qui passent dans cet ordre sur la ligne de chronométrage alors que du côté de Tino Sidler eh bien, on est en 6e position.
Gilbert. So, Lewis Gilbert was one of 24 drivers in this class to be excluded from time qualifying for leaving the dummy grid after the 3-minute warning had gone out. You have to start your qualifying session before 3 minutes, before 3 minutes of the session to go. Gilbert, 23 others, including Sean Butcher, who we'll see in the next race, were among those affected. That meant that after qualifying of 108 drivers, both Lewis Gilbert and Sean Butcher were outside the top 100. And yet here we are in the superheat. Gilbert second, chasing Bishop. Perigny in third. Perigny would now be on pole position for the final. Higgins would drop to third. Bishop would be on the front row of the grid. Gilbert would still, well, he's fifth in the points at the moment. That would go down a little bit when the next group go out, but that will still be for Gilbert, and see what happens to Sean Butcher later on, would still be a remarkable turnaround.
Allez, c'est toujours la grosse bagarre en tête. Hein. Maintenant, on n'arrive plus à se détacher avec Bishop sous la pression de Gilbert. Gilbert qui profite de la rectiligne pour essayer d'attaquer à l'extérieur. Non, il se ravise parce qu'il a vu que Simon Perigny était pas très loin derrière. Il a préféré refermer la porte. Et attention, parce qu'on a Tino Sidler maintenant en 4e position. Le pilote helvète qui revient très fort sur cette fin de course. On est rentré dans les 2 minutes 30 encore à parcourir et un tour supplémentaire.
Angus Scrivener for the Hunter Motorsport team joins the lead group. He's been pushed along by Oscar Gucho, and that would be 10 karts within 1.7 seconds of the race lead. There they are, all in a line. Bishop, Gilbert, Perigny, Sidler, then Higgins, William Antrobus, Lloyd Hare, Lizzie May Mentier, Angus Scrivener and Oscar Gucho. And finally, Gilbert and Bishop begin to break away. Look at the chasing pack though, and then you have Rayan Bourguignon, Noah Janssen, George Nassar and Manolo Sondin. Black flag, 394. That is Lorenzo Giacinto. Black flag, Lorenzo Giacinto. I think that his transponder may not be fitted. That would be the difference. That's the only thing I can think of. We'll find out. Oh, so there's one driver that was in the top 36 that is out. Lorenzo Giacinto. What a shame. Did the MKC Motorsport team forget to put the transponder on? We will see. Bishop now defending. Perigny on the outside, Eric.
Ouais, c'est chaud devant avec toujours Bishop sous la pression de Gilbert qui ne lâche rien, mais à chaque fois que Gilbert semble vouloir attaquer, il se ravise parce que derrière Simon Perigny n'est plus très loin. Il est oh là, ça force là pour Gilbert à l'intérieur du premier virage, et du coup eh bien Bishop est obligé d'écarter et laisse également passer Simon Perigny en 2e position.
If you would have placed a bet on Lewis Gilbert leading the superheat after being outside the top 100 in qualifying, you would currently be a very rich person, as Tino Sidler retires again. Oh, the Swiss has gone out. Tino Sidler out of the race. He'll still make the final, but he'll be way back. We're down to 4 at the front. Well, not really. There's a slight breakaway now. Make that 8 at the front. Bishop, Gilbert, Perigny, Higgins, Antrobus, Scrivener, Gucho and Bourguignon.
Ouais, ça a été très chaud, hein. Ça y est, c'est le dernier tour maintenant. Gilbert, Perigny avec ensuite Bishop et Higgins. C'est le quatuor de tête qui va se disputer. Oula, non, le quatuor, non, il a été rejoint. Ce quatuor, on a 2, 4, 6, 8 cartes qui vont se disputer les... Oula, attention à Perigny qui était obligé d'élargir et de passer dans l'herbe avec cette attaque, me semble-t-il, de Bishop. Et du coup, Simon Perigny a rétrogradé. Il est en 5e position, me semble-t-il. Ouais, ça va être très chaud, et Gilbert qui maintenant a le champ libre pour aller peut-être chercher la victoire.
Lewis Gilbert, the Diamond of Dalry, is going to win this race. all the more remarkable the fact, not because he was outside the top 100 in qualifying, but that he forgot to bring any iron brew with him. He's done it without the brew. Gilbert wins and Bishop second. Higgins takes third and moves to the top of the point standings as Perigny slips back to fifth on the last lap. It's going to be William Antrobus finishing in fourth position. Perigny is fifth. Perigny goes to second in points. Then Rayan Bourguignon, Oscar Guccio, Lizzie May Mentier, Lloyd Hare and George Nassar round out your top 10. A top 10, might I add, that was separated by less than 4 seconds at the end of that race. Lucas Schlegel races his way in. He was 36th in points at the start of the day. He will start the main event much higher up than 36th. Matthew Davern 12th. Noah Janssen slips back to 13th. Okay, Flynn Fitters 20th to 14th, possibly enough. Manolo Sondin 25th to 15th, maybe not enough. Ollie Wise 16th, probably not. Clement Outran, also a great drive, but maybe not enough. Jort van Wyk, Jan Pinto, Angus Scrivener dropped down the order towards the end. Scrivener should still be in. Lacroix, Munier, Saleh, Owen Neve, Gabriel Jimenez Serrano and Kai Verstappen. Ruben Verheyen out. Alexander Lemar, I think, has probably raced his way out of the main event, going from 16th to 28th. Likewise for Lorenzo Giacinto. The question is, how far down the order will Tino Sidler fall? That's Lloyd Hare on the replay, the highlights, getting sent to the outside the final corner. And another hectic race. This could have been major. And Bishop at the last minute, just giving Gilbert enough room, gets a nice black Mojo scuff mark all over the side pod of Bishop's car. And that, Perigny and Bishop coming together on the final lap. That's what gave Gilbert the advantage he had at the end. Now, that's one driver who was outside the top 100 after qualifying, winning a superheat. It's not beyond the realms of possibility that in this next race we will have another driver who was outside the top 100 after qualifying, winning this superheat. Jen Wade, Sean Butcher, Tom Langlois. Two drivers who have gained so many places. 126 places gained for Sean Butcher in 5 9-minute heat races.
That's it. And Sean Butcher standing there quite composed as usual. He's quite calm. Tom's looking at me like, don't talk to me. I won't talk to him, I'll just talk about him.
No, talk to him.
It's been brilliant.
He's a professional racer
Really
driver. Shove a microphone under his nose.
I know I used
speak.
that word quite a few times, but yesterday the racing, fantastic. And of course we expect that of him, to be at the front of the grid. And we talked to Lewis Gilbert in the last superheat. He said we just have to keep doing what we're doing. And of course you see what he did. Sean Butcher is also up there. Probably, like you say, yesterday with Tom. A little bit of a masterclass for anyone that was watching. Actually, the juniors should be watching. And let's see, who have we got here? Danny Shields under there. I'm looking because everyone's got their helmet on. How are you, Danny?
Yeah, good.
Yeah, good. Okay. Now, you've got the British flag, but you are based mostly in the UAE. With a lot of the drivers here. Of course, it's summer over there, so it's a little bit hot to be racing, but you're often over here and also in the UK. What's it like being in Le Mans racing?
Yeah, it's great to be here. Great to be where I am now. too hot in Dubai to race, so
Yeah.
racing here in cooler weather's way better.
A little bit more grip here or about the same?
A bit more grip yesterday, but probably today about the same.
And this is a relief, I think. It's been really hot. Yesterday we were all melting. I don't know how you guys were in the race suits, but here it was really hot.
I was alright, to be honest. I'm used to it.
Okay, well, we're going to say good luck and move a little bit further to the front of the grid again. A little bit of nerves, I feel, but a strong contingent of French drivers. Sean Butcher, how does he keep his race suit so white? Sean, is that like a new race suit every time?
No, not every time. Not every time. But the guys at Pure Wear look after me, so big thanks to them.
Because you always look like whiter than white. It's fantastic. See, he keeps his... But this is a new one or almost new?
Yeah, almost. Started this year.
Yeah. Anyone you want to say a quick hi to before we run off the grid?
Yeah. Hi, everyone.
Everyone. Okay, all the fans. And Tom Strell on the front row. Lewis Goff we didn't speak to, but good luck, Lewis. Okay, I think we can cut the air
with a
knife.
With a knife. That's the key thing, because this is the moment where the drivers are all left on their own, Jen, and when the engines fire, there's this great explosion of noise, isn't there? Yes, it was. You can't hear me because the engines have exploded into life. Last superheat of the day. This is where we find out who will make up the rest of the senior Rotax final grid. Lewis Goff and Tom Streller on row 1. Mehdi Lassoue and Titouan Liscar on row 2. Paul Grissel, Sean Butcher, row 3. Raphael Moreau, Kai Hunter, row 4. Tom Langlois, Kian Garrity, row 5. Now, we'll go back a couple of rows. Tom Vuo and Sasha EM. They are on row 8. Row 9, Raphael Benatuil and last year's junior Rotax champion, Tish Van Wyk. They're the last 4 drivers currently qualified for the main event. The first 4 drivers on the outside looking in: Hugo Grasto from France, Cameron Nelson, the Prince of Ponteclean from Wales, Charlie Smith from Orange County, California, and Ruben Morel from France. Let's see what happens. The first superheat was dramatic. Can Sean Butcher emulate Lewis Gilbert and win his superheat after being about 104th after qualifying? Let's see what happens.
Allez, Lewis Goff qui s'engouffre dans la ligne droite de départ et c'est pas validé. Non, faux départ donc pour cette dernière qualification, dernière super manche ici pour la catégorie senior. On voit tout l'enjeu, hein, toute la tension qui règne avec ce départ qui a donc été invalidé.
Yep, a false start. Just to increase the tension a little bit more. Mehdi Lassoue, his dad Sami watching back home on the Sodi kart. Lassoue has been a danger man all week. So quick, hasn't quite got across the line first yet, but of course at the end of the day, or at the end of the week, only one race matters if you cross the line first, and that is the main event this afternoon. Lewis Goff, second in last year's Junior Rotax Grand Finals. He's already got his ticket to Bahrain. He won the Rotax Winter Trophy in Orlando at the start of the year. Third kart in line there, the 359. That's Latvia's Tom Streller in the black race suit. He'll be starting second. Titouan Liscar for Strawberry Racing, Streller's teammate, be starting on the outside of row number 2. Lewis Goff in his first year as a senior driver. And he's got so much experience behind him. There's Kai Hunter, the Hunter Motorsport 365. I hope that the stress of this isn't causing Kai's dad Matty to have an inflammation of his gout. We'll find out as we go racing.
Allez, cette fois c'est bon avec Lewis Goff toujours à l'intérieur aux commandes et Mehdi Laswed qui passe à l'intérieur. Attention, est-ce que Mehdi Laswed va... Non, j'ai cru qu'il allait réussir à s'immiscer en deuxième position et finalement dans le virage numéro 3 il a perdu pas mal de positions. Qui est aux commandes alors qu'on a un pilote là qui est arrêté sur le bord de la piste. Le numéro 330 c'est Jean Terhammer qui malheureusement va en rester là.
Well, disaster already for Bastian Ottensama and Tish van Wyk. Last year's Junior International Trophy champion will not even make the final in seniors. Neither will Austria's Bastian Ottensama. But that will open the door for 2 more drivers. Goff leads at the end of lap number 1. Then it is Strella, Lescaille, Butcher is 4th, side by side for 5th, between the 355 of Tom Langlois and the 371 of Paul Grisel. It's been another outstanding performance for the French driver Langlois. All the talk has been about Gilbert and Butcher, but Langlois has done just the same job as Butcher. Problem! Oh no!
White suit. I don't. Maybe Butcher. Maybe.
Oh no!
Maybe, I don't know.
We'll have a look there. Oh, it's Sean Butcher's retired. Sean Butcher out of the race. Heartbreak. All the hard work of the last 2 days comes to nothing. He will make the final, but it won't be anywhere near the front. What devastation for Sean Butcher. You have to feel for the driver who made more overtakes in his heat races than anybody else in the 7-year history of this event. Well, the only thing that you could say, Eric, is that he's been coming up through the field throughout the week. He's going to have to do it again in the final. Top gear from the rear, Sean Butcher in the final. But let's not take anything away from what's going on the track.
Lewis Goff toujours aux commandes avec dans son sillage Tom Strill et derrière on a 5 pilotes tricolores emmenés par Titouan Lescalier, Tom Langlois, Paul Grisel, Mehdi Laswed et Raphaël Moreau, mais je pense que Mehdi Laswed a gratté une position me semble-t-il. Non. Si, et on a les Baptiste Levezac qui malheureusement a perdu énormément de positions et ça se regroupe en tête de la course avec Lewis Goff toujours sous la pression de Tom Strill et Titouan Lescalier en 3e position qui emmène dans son sillage Tom Langlois et Paul Grisel.
So Goff, Strella, Lescaille, Langlois, the chances of a driver winning this race from outside the top 100 in qualifying is still on as Tom Langlois moves into P3, passing Lescaille. Lewis Goff leads. Now, there is the 371 car of Grisel passing Lescaille. You've got Mehdi Laswed on the Sodi kart is next, and a big gap back to Kai Hunter. Again, stay away from the dairy, Matt. That'll cause a bit of an inflammation of the old gout. Put your feet up and see what Kai can do. There we have Leon Hasty, another Scotsman, in 8th position. Cian Geraghty 9th, Raphael Moreau in 10th, then Pemble, Benatouille. Great start from Raphael Benatouille. He is up into P12. That should be enough if things stay as they are. Sebastian Koch and Nolan Lemore, 13th and 14th, trying to make their way into the main event. Is it going to be enough? They'll need to pick up a few more places, I am sure. Charlie Smith is 16th. He's gained 5 places. Will we have an American in the main event? Here we go. Battle is on at the front.
Tom Strills qui est passé en tête aux dépens de Lewis Goff qui prend donc la deuxième position, et derrière on a toujours le quatuor de pilotes français, alors que Mehdi Laswed est en train de rentrer sur le groupe de tête. Ça y est, il a fait la jonction, le pilote du kart numéro 326. Alors maintenant il va falloir voir ce que sont capables de faire Tom Langlois, Paul Grisel, Titouan Lescalier et Mehdi Laswed. Voilà les 4 Français qui ont une chance quand même d'aller chercher un très bon résultat. Il faut prendre le meilleur sur Tom Strill et Lewis Goff maintenant.
Langlois going for the race lead. Strella defends. Langlois in second. What a performance. From the 355, the driver for the Jan Daams Racing team. Jan Daams Racing will start the DD2 final from pole position. Oh, Lescalier defending. Langlois over the curb. Lewis Goff sits there in third. Then it's Lescalier, Grissel and Mehdi Lasue on the Sony kart is next. Kai Hunter has now caught the lead pack. This is now a Kai Hunter type race where everyone's got their elbows out, and whoever's got the sharpest usually comes out on top.
Lewis Goff fait passer aux commandes après une très brève apparition en tête de la course de Tom Langlois qui s'est fait contrer par le Britannique, et du coup eh bien maintenant c'est la grosse bagarre. Il y a eu une scission d'ailleurs, hein. On retrouve 4 pilotes qui sont maintenant détachés parce que derrière on a perdu le contact, on s'est aussi attaqué derrière et du coup on a perdu le contact. Alors le quatuor de tête emmené par Lewis Goff, Tom Langlois, Titouan Lescalier et Tom Strill. Derrière on a Kyle Hunter, Paul Grisel et Mehdi Laswed lancés à la poursuite du quatuor de tête. Attention, ça bouge encore, non, oh là là, les trajectoires et les lignes de défense qui sont activées là pour Lewis Goff.
As the great battle of the lead continues, the drama for the places in the final also continues. Tom Vuo out of the race, out of the top 36, out of the international trophy. He's retired. Sean Butcher will make it in Bastien Ottensama. Tish van Wyk also out of the race and out of the top 36. It's going to be a mixed up grid in the final. Yvonne Simeonova gaining ground. Sasha Aim is also slipping down. Sasha EM down to P21. He's dropping back. Danny Shields also dropping back. Oh my word. Lewis Goff gets sent almost into the garages there, coming onto the start finish straight. And Tom Langlois, emulating Lewis Gilbert, leads this race, but he's got a pair of Strawberry Racing drivers behind him, Lescalier and Strella. Then it's Goff, and behind the top 4 we have a gap of, well, Hunter is now 2 seconds back, so there's been an issue there, but Kai Hunter now into 5th ahead of Garrity, Hasty and Grissel.
Allez, nouveau changement en tête de la course et c'est maintenant Tom Langlois qui emmène le groupe de tête avec dans son sillage Titouan Lescalier. On l'a vu, hein, Titouan qui disait au bout de la ligne droite, vas-y, avance, on essaye de partir. Tom Strill est toujours en 3e position et il va devoir composer avec Lewis Goff 4e. Kyle Hunter emmène le groupe de poursuivants, mais ils sont un petit peu loin, hein. Kyle Hunter, il a 1 seconde 4 de retard par rapport au groupe qui est devant lui, au dernier pilote qui compose ce groupe, à savoir Lewis Goff.
Now, as things stand, with Goff back to 4th, Matt Higgins would start the final from pole position. He would have 302 points, Goff on 298. All Lewis Goff has to do is pass one driver, and that will put him on pole position for the final. Perigny would start 3rd, Bishop 4th, Strella would start 5th, Lescalier 6th. If Strella can get to the front, there's still a possibility that he can start the final from pole position. So everyone is still battling, even though they want to try and keep things safe. Langlois would still not be in the top 10 overall, but he's going to possibly win this race. We'll have to see. Goff, the pressure is on. Do you want to start second or pole? Well, there's an easy answer to that question. Obviously, he has to get past Strella, who also has eyes on pole position. You get points and a half. So there's more points available for this race than there was in the heats. So each position matters that little bit more. As we've got 1 minute to go, Langlois defends into virage du Technopark.
Allez, Tom Langlois toujours aux commandes, hein, sous la pression malgré tout de Titouan l'escalier. Et derrière, on retrouve toujours Strill et Goff roue dans roue. Geraghty essaye de combler ce retard, mais comme devant, on reste relativement sage au niveau des attaques. On soigne les trajectoires parce qu'on veut s'expliquer à la régulière. Attention derrière à Lewis Goff qui se montre un petit peu plus pressant maintenant sur Tom Strill. Et Tom Strill qui est obligé lui aussi de rentrer dans une phase défensive, ce qui fait les affaires devant de Tom Langlois qui s'est un petit peu détaché de la pression de ce groupe de poursuivants, mais Geraghty est en train de faire la jonction.
Yep, here comes Cian Geraghty, bringing Kai Hunter and Mehdi Lassoue with him. 10 seconds left on the clock. I believe the clock will strike 0 before Langlois gets to the line. 3, 2, 1. Last lap board goes out now, and suddenly 2, 4, 6, 7 for the race lead. Mehdi Lassoue gives the 3.97 of Lewis Goff a little bit of hurry up. Goff has now dropped to third in the points, so Simon Perigny, he would start on the outside of row number 1. They thread their way out, but Tom Langlois, what a duo, Gilbert and Langlois. I will say, I was busy saying on circuit commentary on Wednesday, don't forget, qualifying is the most important few minutes of the entire week. Is it, heck, when you've got a wagon as fast as Butcher, Gilbert and Langlois, who is about to take the checkered flag. Another fantastic back-to-front win in senior Rotax. Well done, Tom Langlois.
Voilà, victoire de Tom Langlois devant Titouan l'escalier, un doublé tricolore. Tom Strill reste en 3e position, Cian Geraghty termine 4e et Kai Hunter 5e. Lewis Goff termine 6e, Mehdi Lassoue 7e, Leon Nasty 8e, Nolan Lemurray 9e et Paul Grisel 10e, ce qui fait que logiquement on devrait retrouver sur la première ligne Higgins en pole position et Perigny à ses côtés, Bishop et Strill sur la 2e ligne, Goff et l'escalier sur la 3e. Mehdi Lassoue partira de la 4e ligne avec Gilbert à ses côtés.
Exactly, how quickly could things change? Lewis Goff fall into 6th position. That, at one point, Lewis was due to start the final from pole. He will now roll off the 3rd row of the grid. As you look at the results on screen, the final, the provisional starting lineup for the main event. Higgins and Perigny, row 1. Bishop and Strella, row 2. Goff and Lescaille, row 3. Lassoue and Gilbert, row 4. Now, how about the drivers that we may or may not see again? Nolan Lemurray, P9 for the 2023 International Trophy Champion. That could be enough. Charlie Smith up to 13th. That could be enough. Vivian Guillaumet from 24th to 11th, that could be enough. This is where Tish Van Wyck's chances ended. As we watch the battle unfold, there is Tom Strella and the battling there. Langlois aggressive on Strella, backing the field up. Cameron Nelson, 15th position, the pride of Ponteclean. I think he might scrape in. Oscar Lambert, well done, Oscar Lambert finishing 17th, but I don't think that's going to be enough. Yvonne Simeonova finishing 20th. Unfortunately, the Austrian lady won't make the final. Sasha EM dropping to 22nd. I think that could rule him out. So we're going to get Raphael Benatwil should be in. Danny Shields will be in, but towards the back. And of course, I think we've lost Morel, Van Wyk, Ottensama, Vuo, and Hugo Grasju. Eric, what a morning. The heats, the super heats are over. Obviously now the results will be verified by the technical team, by the stewards, by the circuit cameras that Race Control use, and when we return here on the 3MK YouTube channel at approximately something o'clock this afternoon. Let's have a little look. The first main event is due to start at 2 o'clock local time. Now we're going to be back a good 10 minutes before that because we have driver walkouts, driver interviews, etc. But there's about an hour and a half's break now. 36 drivers in each class remain. What a morning's racing.
Yeah, for sure. It was a perfect morning just to warm up the tension and the competitivity between all the driver, and we look forward to see the main event, the finals this afternoon. I guess we will have a big show and good races. I hope we will have some good news for sure French drivers, of course, but yes, we have a very, very good and very close battles in each categories.
Yeah, I mean, you know, in some of the battle between the French and the British is a classic in some classes, but we've got Dutch drivers up there. We've got Argentine drivers, Slovenian drivers, all battling for wins as well. Maybe a win for Spain or a win for Georgia. Who knows? None of us know what's going to happen this afternoon. All we know is that the skies remain dry. Yes, it's overcast. It's a lot cooler than yesterday. But as the temperature cools, the action on track has heated up. Eric Sellis takes one final look at the weather app. Is it going to stay dry?
It's supposed to be some slightly showers in the beginning of the afternoon, so it means that maybe we could have a wet track around 2 o'clock, but not sure. You know that this is a point that we cannot control for sure, and it's not an inside track, so for sure we will have to deal with the weather forecast for sure.
Well, there's only one way to find out, ladies and gentlemen, whether it rains during the lunch break, and that is to rejoin us. There'll be a new live stream on the 3MK Events YouTube channel. Join us just before 2 p.m. Central European Time for the main events of the 2025 Rotax Max Challenge International Trophy from Le Mans. See you then.